on my channel.
Cool. Yeah, man.
But I don't know how to share. I don't know if anybody been watching.
Well, you know what? I just want to say,
It's all right.
I want to say that I'm with my brethren, tehut9, and it's high elevation time always whenever I talk to this brethren. And I just want you to tell the people about the movie that you created. What was that movie called again?
What goes around?
What goes around? Yo,
It's a movie where I was trying to deal with relationships on a whole. The slug line was in life and love, no relationship is perfect. And I was really just trying to look at relationships and deal with issues that prevail in just about all of our relationships, whether they're with our families, our significant others, our friends, our co-workers, just relationships in general, and then looking at the promiscuity that a lot of relationships, deal with. Promiscuity and wanting behavior that sometimes leads to situations, pregnancies, diseases, right?
Mm-hmm.
And because no one is really, I didn't feel like the message was being conveyed to our community.
Yeah.
And our community is very multi-dimensional, because we have the black community at large, but in the black community we have the Caribbean community. You have all these different Caribbean communities that make up the Caribbean community.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, and the thing,
I'm looking at it like black people, the message of HIV, which is ravaging our community, especially young people, between a certain age groups, and black women in particular, who, according to statistics, are leading the numbers of new infected newly infected.
yeah.
So I'm like, I want to do something to address it, but I don't want to do a documentary. I don't want to do something that's preachy. I want to do something that can entertain and educate at the same time. Something that can inform and inspire. You know what I mean?
True.
That's the real marriage in being creative for me. It's to marry inspiration with information. I have something to say all the time.
True.
It's not like a gimmick.
Well, the thing about it is, a lot of people should realize that your head is not just for a nice hairdo or a hat.
Yes.
It is actually the supercomputer that was given to you by the creator that you can use to manipulate your surroundings.
Indeed. So for me, I just I wanted to do entertainment spirit, but something that could communicate a message or bring about an awareness about a very, very serious subject or issue that our community was dealing with, which was HIV/AIDS. You know what I mean? And lots of families and lots of people. You know what I mean? We believe that government conspiracy or not.
Yeah.
That's the people are affected by this thing in a real way.
Just wanted to ask a question. Do you think, okay, since we're inside the earth realm, right? And when you look in our body, every single cell in our body is you can find the DNA. If you go into the DNA strand, they can find every single animal, they can find every single plant, they can find every single mineral in our genetic makeup, right? Where we are the incarnation of the living planet. Now, do you think it doesn't matter what the hell they create or what to do? That basically is a part of our genetic makeup. We have the ability to overcome every single obstacle that actually is put in our way. Don't you think?
Exactly. I mean, we're not born into a world that we cannot handle the burdens for or bear the burdens for. Right?
Same.
Nature gives us everything that we need to figure it out, to resolve it, right? To have dominion and power, to have balance, right?
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that sometimes we find ourselves doubtful because we're trying to do our own thing. Understand? Versus what nature is trying to make us do.
True.
And what nature is trying to make all of us do, in essence, is to submit.
But why would you why is it why is that? Can you explain what you mean by submit? Because it's really hard.
Everything, our whole existence flows in a particular pattern. The pattern that we call the Father. That's what we call the pattern, right?
See.
We say our Father this, our Father that, and we don't realize it's the pattern. The pattern that we always looking for in everything. The pattern for why a relationship is good or bad. The pattern for which job we're gonna do and where we're gonna live and how we want our children to raise. That's the pattern for everything. It's the Father. That's why it's called the pattern. Because pattern, the Latin root of it is pater. Pater means father. So when we say our Father, we're saying our pastor, right?
Yeah.
And so, because everything is flown in this pattern, whenever you go outside of the pattern, right, it's like you're killing yourself.
True. So
That's
basically, so it's like
God is death.
so it's
Right?
like it's like they say go against the grain. You know what I mean? When you see when you say you're going against the grain, you get slivers.
It will never work
You get
necessarily in this case, because in this case it's like if you I don't know if you trade, but if they have a thing called the trend is your friend, right? So if the market is going up, you don't sell if it's going up, you buy if it's going up.
yeah.
Right? It makes sense, because if it's going up and that's how you're gonna make money. If you're selling when it's going up, you're gonna lose money.
True.
So nature is trying to make you go with the flow.
So what? So our
Against the flow, you're killing yourself.
so our
That's why your scriptures tell you that the wages of sin is death, because it's like rebellion, it's disobedience.
so
Right?
so
Disobedience to what? What we call God is really just it's force and power. For what? Force and power to do what? What is it trying to do?
right.
It's not just about thou shalt not do and thou shalt not this and thou shalt not that. It's a system. This whole universe runs on law and order and system. And if you rebel against those systems, it doesn't matter what you think of yourself, if you're a good person or not, if you're black or white, if you're rich or poor. When you're rebelling against the system, right, and you are a part of the system, right, you're causing now death, you're slowing down things. So nature is trying to send you guidance. That's where your prophets and your the people that come to liberate you, your teachers. That's why they come. Because it's to get you back on that straight path, get you back in the right path. Because if you go off course, right, you're just going, it's not going to stop nature. Right?
Can't stop.
So it doesn't say, I don't care what they do, let them go kill themselves. It's like, damn, if they kill themselves over here, they're slowing down the process. And we're not slowing down over here. We're trying to make sure everything flows. Right? Because you were given will, man was given will. But your will is not to do as you will. Your will is to do the will of the Most High, which is the supreme energy that's guiding everything.
That's true.
So we all have to submit to that will.
So hold on. So basically, those who are out there that are not going with the flow, right? They're basically going against the grain. You see what I'm saying? And basically messing up everything and like turning things into like what you've seen that was written about before, right? It's in history. It's in history. It's in the Bible. It's in everything that you see. It was written about before. What goes around comes around, right? And there's certain people out there that's going against the grain. You can actually see the same patterns happen again, and the same things are gonna happen again. You see what I mean? So what you're trying to say is that you're just like an atom in the big scheme of things. You know what I mean? Like say in my cell, My cell, there will be a cell that's there to bring oxygen to the brain. There will be a cell that's there to what do you call bring oxygen to the muscle, right? So if it's going against the grain, it's basically causing a cancer. It's stagnating. You see what I'm saying? So it's causing.
That's why cancer cells are rogue cells, right?
Right.
That's doing their own thing. They're not going along with the other healthier cells, and they start either growing too fast, right, and not dying off quick enough. And because they're not dying, they start multiplying and multiplying too much until they become, because they have nowhere to go. They can't. It's not like they're gonna form another hand or another foot. So they're growing inside of a system that's already complete. And it
True.
becomes hazardous because now the body is recognizing it as something that's dangerous, right?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't want to necessarily feed off of itself, but it's like, damn, I can't attack this without attacking, other systems that need to be protected.
True.
So
True.
if you don't stop this stuff, now it might start cutting off access to certain things, right? Cutting off the blood flow to this or the blood flow to that, and that's what make cancer so dangerous. So if the body, if you can't stop it, if you can't come up with a system, a way to stop it. Guess what happens? Guess what the system is designed to do? The
Shut.
system is designed to die, to kill itself.
Shut down.
You have to shut down just to stop that thing.
Yeah.
That thing that you say is killing you.
Same.
And that's the condition of the world right now. If we don't stop these people, if we don't find a way, and I say these people, I'm not just talking about, what people presume as just white people, right? Because they are a minority on this planet.
Yeah.
So the majority of the people who are doing the majority of the destruction are not them.
Yeah. True.
Understand?
True.
They
True.
are not the majority of anything. They're the majority of this and the mass murderers. But at the end of the day, what we're doing to ourselves, we're the majority of it.
Yeah. True.
We're the ones that's pulling the triggers. We're the ones that killed Malcolm X. No matter which government was behind it or who, there was a black face and a black hand behind that gun, right?
Yeah.
And
True.
we can argue that, but that's fact. We're the ones that pull the trigger behind Tupac and Biggie Smalls, and we're the ones that undid Marcus Garvey. We're the ones that, it don't matter who we're doing it for and what station we may have, or it doesn't matter. It's us. We're the ones raping and doing drive-bys, and we're the ones, but we're also doing other things. We're doing more than that, right?
So what would you think? Like I'm the type of person that likes to figure out solutions to certain problems. You know what I'm saying? Now the thing is, what we were talking about before, you were saying that a lot of people don't look up. You know what I mean? We stop looking up and realizing that up is down and down is up. You know what I mean? And it all relates to how we are and who we are. And the thing is, we don't know who. Nobody knows really when it really comes down to it. It's the question of the whole era. Who are we? Who am I? You know? And then you hear written down, I am who I am. But who is that?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What is that?
These questions are good questions because they make you ask more questions.
Same.
Right? And it's with the questions that you learn, because the questions they challenge you to do what you do all the time, but maybe a little bit more focused, right? They challenge you to think about or concentrate on a particular question. Right? Who am I? Ask you, who am I? But what am I?
Like that's the one question. That's a one big one. What am I? I know who I am. I know who I am. I'm freaking. I'm Aboriginal.
Let's answer the what. Let's try to answer the what. We could give it an answer. So
right.
when we look at the what, we identify ourselves to elements.
Same.
And that word, even the word element, we won't come back because it's very significant. These are clues to something much more vast, right?
Yeah.
We look at the elements. The four elements that we usually look at are earth, wind, fire, and water, right?
Mm-hmm.
We know that land is mostly water. So by just definition or the they categorize, classify things. You are mostly what you are. So if you're mostly water, then we could just say you're water. But man is not only just water, you're also air, because you use air to speak and you use air to breathe. You're also your flesh, which is the earth. And you're also the fire, the sun, right? Or the soul, right? So we look now and we say we identify the earth, the wind, the fire, and the water. How else do we identify these four elements? A lot of times, instead of saying I'm your water, your you know your air, your earth and your fire. You say, I love you with my mind, my body, my spirit, and my soul, right?
Yeah.
So what is now we're getting somewhere, because these references are help to clarify and make connections to things that sometimes we weren't making connections to. What is the mind? The mind, I suggest to you, is the water.
It's also,
the mind is the water.
But then the thing is, hold on. Well, the thing about it is that when you look at water is two elements. That's why it acts different than any other liquid on this whole entire planet. You know what I'm saying? When it freezes, it expands instead of contracts like every other element. When you heat it up, it contracts. It's opposite than every other element. So inside water, you have hydrogen, you have oxygen. So oxygen is part of air, but hydrogen is part of like
hydrogen is like water.
Yeah.
The liquid. It's the most plentiful element in the universe.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a whole another aspect, because it's just fractals and everything is just fractally broken down, and it's just like male and female, negative and positive, good and evil.
But the thing is, but hold on. When we talk about good and evil, we do realize that the element of the universe doesn't know the difference. Like it's one and the same. You know what I mean? What is above, so shall it be below. You know what I'm saying? What is right? What is
the universe gives us everything for us to have these conversations, and sometimes debates and disagreements or agreements, right? So it gives us the language, and then we try to figure out what the language is really communicating, because we really don't understand what the language is communicating until we can see the spells in the words themselves. You know, like we've been conditioned to just utter words without understanding what the words really are, and some words that we think are one word is really more than one word.
True.
And if we slow ourselves down, we begin to see these multiple words, and then begin to ask questions that will help us to grow in our learning.
True.
So I suggest to you that man, moon, mind are the same thing. Right?
Did you say man? Hold on. Did you say man, moon, and mind is the same thing?
Yes, same thing.
So the moon? Okay, when the sun shines on the moon and it allows it to shine, right? That is a reflection of the sun. So the mind would be a reflection of the moon.
No, the mind is the moon. It's just words that are spelled differently.
Oh.
O-O-N becomes M-O-N, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's where you get Monday from. Monday is Monday, but they don't spell it with two O's. They spell it with one.
Right.
So Mon becomes Mon, M-O-N. M-O-N is just a vowel. That's the O. We never really wrote the vowels. We just wrote the consonants, because the vowels don't change the meaning. The vowels just allow you to say them. So if you put the A-E-I-O-U in between the M and the N, it's the same thing. So that's why you have amen, amon, amon, amen, amen. It's the same thing.
So is the man the moon, and the woman would be the sun?
Man is mind. Moon it's not gender based like it was. Man and woman, male and female is man. That's what male and female is. Male and female come together to make man. The two become one. That's what they are called man.
Right.
Right? Man is not the one with the penis and female. Man is just male and female together.
Same. Because you're a female anyway before you become a
Yes,
male.
man is just a combination of female. That's why in the scripture says he made them female, male and female made he them and called their name Adam. He can call his name Adam. He called their name Adam.
Same.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm.
So man is male and female. So man, M-A-N, and M-O-N is the same thing.
Same.
Man, man, and moon is the same thing. And I'm going to show you why. Because what does the moon do? The moon controls the water, right? And I remember I told you that the water is mind, the element. So we have to keep up with the connection. The water is the mind. The moon controls the water. Man is mostly water. So the moon controls man.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Now the water is the mind because everything comes from the water and everything comes from the mind. This is how these things connect. Everything comes from the mind. Every thought, everything that you think, yes, it's processed from the mind first, which is the water.
Same.
And that's why.
Because everything is a thought.
And how you know that man and moon is the same? Because the cycle of the moon for the woman is called her menses.
Oh.
Not menses. You understand? And it's called her menstrual cycle. Because the moon cycle is the man cycle.
Oh, right? Shit. Good one. I like that.
So now you understand why. Because man is water. That's why. And because man is water and the moon controls the water, right? Now the moon is controlling the mind. The mind is the water. That's when I said all is mind, the universe is mental. Listen to it, mental. Right?
Yeah.
Mental. Yet when you're dealing with the mind, you're dealing with man. Mental.
Same.
Right? So
because I know I do
all is water, the universe is liquid. All is liquid, the universe is whatever, right?
I do know that what do you call it? The when it comes to men and women, men are logical and logical deals with the mind. Women are emotional. Women deal with like emotion and flow. You know what I mean? Energy.
Emotion is telling you that it's water because it's energetic motion, right?
It's still energetic.
Even when we talk about our brain, we talk about brain activity as waves.
Right.
Because it's water.
Right. So the thing is,
it's all water.
So everything, like you're saying, everything should not. You can't really separate anything. Then everything's connected, whether we like it or not.
And that's why if they control your water, they control your mind. That's how they control your mind. Control your water. The stuff that you're putting in your body as water.
So
they're manipulating you. Manipulate means your man or your mind is being polluted, right?
Same.
That's what manipulate means.
Same.
The P-U-L-A-T-E. If you change the vowels around, you can see it's pollute. You take the P-U and change to O and becomes P-O and it's the L-A to a L-U.
Same.
But the vowels are interchangeable. So manipulate is man is polluted or man is polluted or mind is polluted. So when somebody puts thought into your head, right, to manipulate you, they're polluting your thoughts, which is the water, the way to your water, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when you manipulate your body by drinking or eating certain things, where does it go? It goes into your blood, which is mostly water.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you drink too much alcohol, you're being manipulated. You can't talk, and you can't talk right. You can't even think. You can't remember nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Because your water has been polluted. Your mind is now polluted.
Same.
You understand? That's why if you want to get yourself back, clean up your water. Clean up your water.
True.
That's what you got to do. You got to clean up your water.
Start drinking water that's energized.
Clean up your mind, your brain is mostly water.
Same.
Because man is water. That's what man is. Man is mind, right? And the mind is the water. So now, if we know that the water is the mind is the water. Now, what is the earth? Because it's mind, body, spirit, and soul, right? So we know mind is water. Now we know that the body is the earth. So you love her with your earth, right? or she loves you with her earth. Because the body is the earth. And the sense of the earth is called the heart. It's just another clever way to say earth again. Because the word heart, the H is just at the beginning instead of at the end. You see what I'm saying?
Sin.
If you move the H from the beginning of heart to the end of the word, it becomes earth. Now I begin to understand why they say they think the earth might be pear shaped, because that's how the heart looks like a pear with, coming out of it, right?
Yeah.
And the whole system works like a heart. You have rivers that run all over the world, and oceans and different water systems that are alive. They are alive and they move like the blood moves through the body. The same way. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So now we know the body is the earth. So what is the spirit then? The spirit is the air. So I'm telling you this, brother. These fruits right here are things that they won't. You can't find in most books, but they're everywhere for you to see. Right? The spirit is the air. How do I know this? Because the word inspire, in spirit, it means breath. That's what it means.
Yeah, and especially when you do like calisthenics, you notice that you start increasing your breath when you're in the anaerobic or the aerobic stage, right? After your cells start moving around a little faster and faster, right? And then after a while, it starts to burn, right? That burn, if you go beyond that fire, it actually starts cool. You know what I mean? Once you start cooling, that's when you know you're in that energetic calorie burning stage where it's effortless.
Yeah, so the spirit is the air. The air, and I'm telling you, it's the air that you feel all around you, but you can't see. That is the spirit. So when people talking about the spirit, that's what they're talking about. It's the air.
Mm-hmm.
The mind is the water. Remember this. The mind is the water, and the spirit is the air.
Mm-hmm.
And it's right in front of us. But we are not able to see it because of the spells we are under. But you can break the spell. The spirit is the air. The fire is the soul is the sun. That's why in Latin, soul, S-O-L, right, is what they use for sun. And they tell you now that we live in a solar system. A system of the sun. Because the soul is the sun, the soul is the fire. The fire is the energy, your essence.
Same.
The electricity.
Same.
So therefore the four elements wrapped up in you in another way. Codified as mind, body, spirit, and soul.
Same.
Right? There's so much to it.
So how does the certain planets relate to us? If we just covered the moon, we covered the earth, and we covered the sun, right?
Well, the planets, all the planets, as far back as they can go, because what happened is that the old world got destroyed, right?
Mm-hmm.
It got destroyed many different times, but during the last destruction and during the age of Aries, about 6,000 years ago, right? Only a few remnants of the old world survived, relics and stuff, and people still don't know how to make sense of it. It's like we are energy, like a computer or and that's, I don't want to, I'm just trying to simplify it. Not saying that you should start calling yourself Macintosh and, Dell or nothing like that. But like a computer, right, an electrical system with a brain, right, a central computer, and it has, you have graphic cards, and, your brain processes all the stuff that your video cards are your visuals pick up, and your audio and your ears, right? The whole system here, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have nostrils and skin with pores to cool you down when you get too hot, right? You have food, which is wireless energy for you to consume when your energy runs low, right?
Same.
All of this is going on. So just like a computer system, you can be wiped. You can get zapped, right? So whatever happened 6,000 years ago basically wiped humanity. And many of the things that we knew, we forgot. And now we begin to pick up the pieces, and we're about 1,000 years in, and during the time of our recovery, a ruler was placed over the world, right? And nature did it. Nature placed a ruler in the world, a white man. And he went from one end of the earth to the next and carved out empires for himself that we're still living in right now. But it's time, according to many of our teachers that came, and most notably, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he said this man was only given 6,000 years. Now, people can argue with that and debate it if they want, right? If he was only given 6,000 years and he's in about 5,980 something of those years now, he has less than about 20 years left, then his time is surely up. And we begin to look at the world and we see that things are falling apart. But the planet, as far back as antiquity, were always associated with the names of our days. Right? So the sun became Sunday, the first day of the week. Moon became the next day, Moon Day, Monday. Mars became Mars or Tuesday. Mercury, associated with the North Star, Odin, became Odin's Day or Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Jupiter, associated with Odin's son Thor, became Thursday or Thursday. Venus, associated with Odin's wife Freya, became Friday or Freya's Day. And Saturn became Saturday. So these were called the seven governors.
Now, why is seven such an important number? Because the thing is, you hear 7 seas, 7 degrees of separation, 7 this, 7 circle 7.
Exactly.
Like
seven is dealing with these 7 citizens, these 7 gods.
Okay, now what?
Days, but they're not days. They're not DAYS. They're DEIS.
Right. Now, how is it possible that back in the day they tell us that there's Pluto and Pluto doesn't exist no more? It's just a satellite. Like, are they trying to manipulate certain things? Are they trying to change certain things?
Yes, they are, because there are 9 cycles, right? There are 9 cycles to everything, and they're probably 7 parts, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the 7 parts or the 7 spirits are what govern everything, but they're really 9. There's a 9 cycles. That's why we go from 1 to 9. The highest number you can go to is 9. Right? All this other stuff that's going on is deception to keep you from understanding yourself and for you to come into congruity with the balance. Which, whether you like it or not, you will come into congruity with it. You will submit. You will not submit, you will die. It's just that simple. Because you will not be a cancer in the system. You will not be, there will be no rebels left when it's all said and done. All will submit. Just like all the animals submit. Just like how the trees and all the elements, man too will submit. Whether he wants to or not.
So it's like everything in its place, basically.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So what it is like we're it's a cycle, right? Certain animals, they go into hibernation at certain times.
Yeah.
And certain stories, they don't always end good. And they don't always end bad. They don't always have a smooth beginning, and it may not have a smooth middle, right? So it's just like we have to know where we are in our own story. Because each person's story is different. Your life, your story is different from mine. So we might have some, but we didn't go through all the same things. We didn't have all the same joys and the same hurts. Right?
Same.
So what makes it that we are all in the same place, but at the same time we have all these different experiences. People want to do different things. Some people want to paint, some people want to sing, some people want to talk, some people want to fight, right? Some people want peace, some people want war. What causes that? How does this happen? How does everybody splinter up into all these different personalities without necessarily like have any control matter.
I'm starting to understand that every time you ask a question, there's an answer to that question, but there's another question to that question that you asked.
Exactly.
You know what I
It's
mean?
always that's how the expansion takes place. Because the question, they clear up more things, and once you get to the bigger understanding, that's when you can stand back and say, I can see it all. Because first you're going to see in the words, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I saw it in man and mon and mind. Look at those words. MAN is just the letter A. MON is the letter O. MIN, which is in MIND, right? That's the connection.
Yeah.
Right? MEN, MUN. Then you look at the god, the name of the god Amen in Egypt, which was associated with Saturn.
Now,
AMEN, AMON, AMUN, AMAN, right?
yeah.
AMIN. It's the same God.
Now, question: Have you ever checked out the codexes in the American hieroglyphs of the pyramids here? Are they the same relation?
I haven't checked out the code list. I'm not sure. I'm quite sure what you're talking about, to be honest with you. But I mean, the pyramids are, you know, as far as like, are they related? Definitely they're related. You can, they're landmarks that were all over the world for the civilizations that were here, the early civilizations, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like if you look at it, it was just like one system that was here, and it was all over. It was just one world. We divided it up now. We call it America and Africa and Europe and this and that.
Not realizing it's the same planet.
Yeah, we split it up because like we came back online, and we're completely ignorant. And all we're doing, we're still in our animalistic phase. That's how far man is. Man is still in beast mode. You haven't gotten to be man yet, very much less being God.
But were we ever
Yeah.
on that level? Now, what happened? What do you think happened?
What happens is what will always happen. It's a system. It's a system it's like we're in a circle, right? So we have no beginning and no end.
So it's like a
It
reboot.
goes on and on and on.
So it's a
That's
reboot
why
then.
we broke it down into ages to kind of give ourselves an understanding. The word ages, if you notice them, it's also in the word pages, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we can skip through the ages just like we can skip through the pages and take a look at the life that's already lived, right?
Because
So
like when I think to myself, I'm just like I'm hearing all these things. People are saying, oh, everybody came from Africa, everybody came from this, and we came from monkeys and all sorts of pure foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Like the when I asked you when I asked you that question.
those people are part of the rebellion, right?
Okay, so it's like
They're
that.
part of the rebellion, so they're gonna continue to do that, and like I said, anybody and anyone or anything that will not submit will not be here for long. It's just that simple. They're part of the rebellion, and you just gotta be careful who you let get into your spirit, get into your ear, right? And it's the word fear, whether it's Pear, Hare, or it's the spirit. I'm
See.
telling you, it's the spirit. You have to be careful who
So
you let get into your spirit, right?
so question
And who you
now.
let get into your mind.
Did you see that it was like a young youth, he was a wrestler and he got his hair cut in public and stuff like that? What
Exactly, I saw that. Yeah,
so
that was
that
unfortunate, and that was a disgusting display of power by that referee. Who I hope they can get some kind of lawsuit going because I don't see what advantages here gave him.
so no, but when you said that, you're basically saying that he was trying to take his spirit, not realizing that.
That's exactly what he was. He was trying to cut off his spirit.
Mm.
right? And that's why when you read in the story about Samson and Lila, he lost his strength. He lost his spirit when his ear was cut.
Mm.
So this is why black people and most of us who are not just black people, this is why the whole world is asleep because they're unconscious. Their air supply has been cut off. Your spirit has been cut off.
Especially when they
cut off your air supply, you're gonna fall asleep.
especially when they cut down so many trees back in the 1700s, 1800s.
So your spirit now, the spirit, Jesus said that the spirit, and I'm not preaching Christianity. I'll keep on, you hear me reference Jesus all the time or a few times.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, we all know Yahushua is the name and all that kind of
the
stuff.
knowledge, the wisdom is the wisdom. It doesn't matter if it's from him or whatever, right?
Yeah.
We just don't understand, and so when people ignorantly ascribe things or interpret the things incorrectly, and that's why the book tells let them that have eyes to see and ears to hear. That means that everybody can't see and everybody can't. That's what it's telling you.
True.
Everybody can't, no matter how long they've been reading the Bible or the Quran, they can't see or hear what's in it because they're blind, right? And they've been made blind by pastors who were blind. And that's why I said the blind lead the blind, they both gonna fall into a pit. And that's where the whole religious world is in. They're in a pit. They're stuck in a pit.
And they want company.
No power because they don't understand the teachings, right?
True.
They don't understand the teachings. They're complete. They're lost. So when I mention Jesus, I'm just mentioning for the philosophy and the truth that he spoke.
Yeah.
That most people don't understand. So it says, God is a spirit, and those that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. God is the air.
Yeah. So it's basically
you cannot live without the air.
It's like
you can live without air, you can live without water and food for a little bit, but air only for a few seconds, if not a few minutes.
That's true.
Right? If you go hold your breath that long, air is when you lose when they say you took your last breath, you're gone. When you took your last breath, that means the spirit is gone. That means it's done, it's over. The spirit is the animating force of life.
True.
So you can have soul, right? You can have electricity, body, you can have it filled with water, but without any spirit, it will not animate. Right?
True.
When you put air into things, air makes things bigger. It allows things to float.
Same.
It allows things to lift off, to take off. So you can take a little balloon and put it into your palm of your hand, and then when you put air into it, the balloon becomes bigger than your head.
True.
This is what the spirit does. It elevates.
So,
right? It brings you to life, and that's why it says, "Man, God breathed into man, and man became a living soul."
So when
it's the spirit that gives you life.
When I think about it is that like my children taught me this. It's like when I saw them come out, the first thing they did was gasp for air. Right? It seemed like they were choking, because the thing is they were in amniotic fluid. They were in the fluid, right? And then when they gasped for air, it's like I knew that they started crying because the air was like it ignites fire, right? It burnt. Like I remember, like I know how it feels when you're trying to, you haven't done calisthenics in a while and you're trying to do exercise and stuff like that, and you start doing a run, you go for a run, and then your lungs start burning. Like it burned like there's some pepper down in your lungs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now understanding that, it's like knowing that when it comes down to it, if I'm dealing with stress or if anybody's dealing with like heartache or anything like that, take some deep breaths, because once you do focus on your breathing, your brain actually relaxes. There's tubules. There's certain tubules, they call it tubules, that go from your eyes, your ears, your nose, and your mouth, that goes right into your brain, and it's really, really fine. You know what I'm really small, and it doesn't take a lot. But when you start breathing deep, man, you can handle a lot of situations. You know what I'm saying? I've actually realized that when I was doing martial arts, I realized focusing on your breathing when you were doing it against an opponent, if you could focus on your breathing and slow your breathing down, everything slows down. You know what I mean? Then you can actually like absorb that oxygen that you need. You know what I'm saying? Ah, man. Yeah, but like I'm telling you, bro, I'm very like I don't want to end up going too long, but we'll come back on again another time. But I want to thank you for basically coming and sharing the knowledge with us, and we'll we'll do this again. You know what I mean? I think our brother got cut off, but I want to thank everybody for coming out to the show. Uh, this is Tenkaara Deep Talk. We're doing to, having a great conversation with tehut9.
Yeah.
You know, I,
Beautiful conversation.
yeah, man.
So,
I want.
just, like once you understand how this thing works, now you begin to see that the air that's all around you is the same air that's within. So that's why when Jesus and the Father are one, yeah, you and the Father are one because it's in you and you're in it.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Same thing with the water, the earth. You're the earth. You're not separate from the earth, no matter where you are. That's why when the vessel or the unit, that's what it is. It's like a unit, right? You're a unit. That's why you say you are a person. And we separate ourselves. We don't see ourselves as collective that we are. We see ourselves as unit, as unit and unique. So at the end of the day, your unit, right, is carrying something. Your unit is filled with water that you call your blood.
And you know what
It's like it's so precious that if somebody was to steal your water, you want to kill them or to steal their water back.
That's true. That's so true.
This is what we do. So we don't realize that we are vessels for the mind, vessels for the spirit, vessels for the earth, the vessels for the soul.
So
Right?
basically, you're saying that we're vessels for all the elements that we see outside of us is actually inside of us, and we're the ones interacting with the elements inside the elements, but we are the elements.
With ourselves, with our larger self. We fractalize ourselves into atoms of our larger self.
Aye, same. Like I said, folks, once you realize you're only a one cell organism and you were the sperm that fought the deadly fight to get here, right? When you got here, you got in and you started duplicating yourselves, and all you're doing is trying to put yourself back together to become part of the whole.
Exactly. Exactly. And so this is what the teaching of Jesus was all about. Most Christians miss it's not about what all this stuff that you're doing these rituals. They didn't understand what he was teaching. He was trying to teach you that you are the largest self. You and the Father. The Father is the pastor. Father comes from the Latin word pater. Pater goes becomes patron. Patron is where you get the word, and pater from pater also you get the word paternity. Right? So when you think of paternity test, you're trying to figure out if you're the father. Because pater is dealing with father. Pater patron, right?
Aye.
Everybody's looking for is God, is the Father. That's what we call the Father. So we know what the Father is. What is the master? The mother.
What's the mother?
The mother is the master. That's what we call master. And from the word mater, you get master. From the word mater, you get maternity. Maternal. Right? Mother. So all these terms give you the understanding for what you're in and what's going on. So we are living in matter, we are living in the mother. Right? That's why you're not born outside of the universe. Everybody's born in the universe. And most people confuse their birth with their date of disconnection. You are born when you go in the womb, not when you come out
that's why the 9 months is so important to add to your.
9 months is so important, and 9 months gives you. Remember, I say everything happened in cycles of 9, right?
True.
So the 9 months from when you come out the womb. If you go back 9 months, you go back to when you went in the womb. If you were a 9-month church.
True.
But some people came out 7, some people came out earlier, right?
True.
For most people, that time it's 9 months.
Yeah.
So if you came out in Capricorn, you know that you went in an Aries. If you came out in Aries, you know you went in Cancer. If you came out in Cancer, you know you went in Libra. Because these 4 signs, which are key signs again, and just to show you how the 9 works in nature, right? Whether it's planned so or not, 9 months between each one of the signs is telling you a story. It's giving you a classification for you to work with. And there's only 3 loops like that in the whole entire zodiac. 3 loops, I just gave you one of them. Cancer, Aries, Capricorn, Libra. That's one loop. But let's look at what that one loop tells you. That's just go and look at the 9-month system, right?
Same.
Cancer is when summer starts, June 21st. Aries is when spring starts, March 21st. Capricorn is when winter starts, December 21st.
It's all in the 21st.
When autumn falls, starts, which is September 21st. So look at that.
And then when you
have 4, let's look at the other 4 now. You have Leo. You have Taurus, you have Aquarius, and you have Scorpio. 9 months apart.
Yep.
What does Leo represent? Leo represents the fire. Right? We could also say Cancer represents the fire, but we're going to say Leo represents the fire. Right? Because Cancer, based on the symbology for it, we understand that Cancer and Capricorn, I'm going to get into that a little bit, but let me go to Leo. Leo represents the fire because it happens in the summertime, right? And then after Leo, you have Taurus. Taurus is the calf. So Taurus represents the earth. Because the calf grazes the land. That's what cows do. They graze the land for the earth, right? And then you have Aquarius. So I'm going through elements now. I just gave you the transitional signs where I show you the seasons. Now I'm giving you the elements. Right, the elements, so we have Leo as fire, we have Taurus as earth, we have Aquarius as water. Aquarius is the water girl. That's obvious. And then the last one we have is Scorpio. Scorpio is represented by a scorpion, the phoenix, or an eagle. And we know that the eagle and the phoenix, which is like a bird-like creature, right? Their domain is in the air. So Scorpio represents the air. So Leo is fire, Taurus is earth, Aquarius is water, and Scorpio is air. So the last sign we have now, we have Virgo, we have Gemini, we have Sagittarius, we have Pisces, and we have Sagittarius. Now what does this mean? Virgo is a pregnant mother. That's what Virgo is. She's a pregnant woman. She's the woman with the man-child. She's Isis with force on her lap.
Same.
Right? She's virgin. She's a virgin who was immaculately conceived. That's why she's called Virgo. Right? The house of wheat, which is the same name for Bethlehem. Bethlehem means the house of wheat. That's why it's Virgo. It's associated with Virgo. She's holding the wheat through the shaft of wheat. She's called the house of wheat, house of bread. So the virgin gives birth to a child. 9 months later, we see that child. We see her and her child. But people think it's twins. Gemini is not twins. Gemini is the mother and her son.
Same.
Before last week, we're saying the story about the woman and the child. The woman and the child that you hear about from Genesis all the way to Revelation. Right? So you get the Gemini, the woman and the child, they go through something, and the next time you see them, they're 2 fishes. The 2 people become 2 fishes in Pisces. You see that?
Same.
And then from Pisces, you get to Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is also referred to Artemis.
What's it referred to as?
Artemis. Artemis. It's the name of
Oh,
I think
Artemis.
Greek.
So I have a question. Have you ever gone like in the studies to find out the original names of the the star system? Because the thing is, when you really look at it, it was only recently they started changing up all the stuff, like in the 1800s. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they can't really change it. They can hide it though, but they can't change. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm making that clear.
Yeah,
That makes clear.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying because the thing is,
Nature will not be nature.
nature can be
Them
changed.
themselves have to be identified. So the only thing the devil can do is try to hide them with stuff. So what he'll do, he'll change E to a O or A to a I, or put it instead of a CH, he'll put a D. Instead of a D, he'll put a TH, right? But once you know how to read the code, everything becomes plain to you. You see all of it spells, and you are able to navigate around them. You can't hide it, right? Because the language is not just letters. The hieroglyphics of God was a clue to give you understanding of what you're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
The whole language is a living language, right? It's not just letters. Letters are just symbols for other symbols.
Mm-hmm. And this time we have concluded the call. I don't know why the brother. Basically, it's. I guess once you start talking about stuff deeper than expected, they want to cut you off and let you know that, hey, we're listening. You niggas only can learn about this stuff a little at a time. Yeah, they cut you off, bro. I was wondering. See, I'm telling you, like only that's why the thing is, it's like 1 hour. It's the 1 hour time, right? And I want to conclude the call. Reason being is that after a while, it's like it's a lot of information. You know what I'm saying? And we're touching levels where the thing is that we're vibrating at a frequency where that we, whether anybody likes it or not, it has to be. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't care. I'll tell it like it is. Whether we like it or not, we are vibrating at a frequency that the earth is emitting that's affecting us.
Exactly. That's exactly what's going on.
You know what I mean? And what's happening, the sun is giving the earth the vibrational frequency. Then the center of the
Yeah.
universe is giving the sun the vibrational frequency. And it's just like a Russian doll. Whether you like it or not, you're inside it. You're in it. So it's up to you to be it. You know what I
Well,
mean? And wake up. Like not just wake up, get up. Because realize that around you, you're the one that can actually change it through.
all right. You see it? There's different layers inside of the system, right? And sometimes when you don't know what role you're supposed to be playing, but you're playing it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You might not even like. You're like, damn, why am I always attracted to these kind of people? You don't understand it. You don't like it. These people always got some kind of need and they're broken down, or I'm going to be trying to fix them or help them and blah 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 blah. I got always meet these broke girls and these broke niggas and
Mm.
whatever, right? Whatever the situation is that you feel is too familiar with you that you don't like.
Yeah.
It's because of what you're designed to be and do. You may be like a police man in the mind. So if you're in the proximity where somebody is in need of help, the mind is going to identify you to be that person's help.
To be the help of that person, right?
Yes, because that's the area that you're in.
Yeah.
So it just uses you to do that, but you don't know that's how you're supposed to be used. So now you're rebelling against yourself and slowing down everything. That's why rebellion against God is going to result to death, because it's like you're supposed to submit.
But the thing is, I have a question though. That term submission, that is like it's a term where it's like you really want to stand on your own 2 feet and be like, you know what, I love the creator, whether I like it or not. I love who
You can't
actually
stand
gave
on
me.
your own 2 feet. You have no feet to stand on. You have what was given to you.
Mm,
But then you didn't make yourself. You don't know what tomorrow is going to do. You don't know what's going on inside of you right now. You're not controlling your heartbeat
true, true,
or the temperature of your blood or
true.
the brain waves that transmit to communicate different things to the body.
Yeah, but you're connected
You
to
are a
something that's
tool.
greater than you, though, right?
Yeah, you are a tool. You just have been corrupted by the devil to think that he told you that, look,
Now,
God
now,
knows that
hold,
the day you eat from the tree of good and knowledge of good and evil,
I'm gonna
you
ask
shall not die, but your eyes shall be open and you should be like God.
one question.
And
I'm
just
gonna
because you believe that and you rebelled against the commandment, because remember, you were given everything, right?
question.
The story is trying to convey more than just the simplistic notion that, you ate some fruit, whether it's an apple or not. No, it's trying to show, look, you rebelled. Whether you did it willingly or you were tricked or you think it was whatever. It don't matter what. You were told, don't do it. Right?
Now, hold on for a second.
Don't
I'm
do
gonna
it.
I'm gonna ask you a question now.
Mm,
Looking at how the planet is, it's a very big planet, right?
mm,
You have a ideology of um, one aspect of the teachings, right? Now,
mm.
have you, like I said, have you studied other ideologies, and is it all the same when it comes right down to it? It's basically the same thing, like the Buddhists or the what do you call it? Because the thing is, when you really look at it, we are all human. When you come down to it, I take away the water, right? I take away the water, we're still on that same piece of rock. I take away the sun, we're still the same color. You know what I'm saying? The sun allows us to
And
see
again,
beautiful colors.
I haven't studied different ideologies. I can't really say that. I don't really know even if I have an ideology myself. These are just meditations and some even revelations.
Because when
Like,
when when you look at the, like, say, the big picture, you say, oh, the devil did this and the devil did that. Now the thing is that
yeah,
when you look at,
those things are allegory, right? When we
oh,
say
okay,
devil and we say all of these things, these are allegories.
so
We don't
it's
want nobody to get spooked out and think that we're talking about a guy with a three-piece fork in a red suit with a perforated tail and nothing like that. No.
okay.
We're talking allegorically, but we're giving it context because we're still living a reality and living, this reality now. You get to have more understanding.
Hmm.
That's what we're looking for. We're looking for understanding because once we have understanding, then we can know. Maybe the world doesn't have to be so difficult. The reason why it's so difficult is because we don't know what we're doing and we don't know what we're supposed to be doing. We're just going along with what our parents told us to do and what their parents told them to do. And what this white man has said is the way we should eat and how we should learn in school and how we should dress, right? Remember, so with these things, this kind of understanding now, you begin to break free from this ignorance because you see that he doesn't know. He himself doesn't know,
Hmm.
right? The doctor is
Well,
not living longer than his patient.
it's kind of obvious that he doesn't know that at all. Reason being is that look at the situation that he's put people in.
Yeah, look, his population, right? Look at it. Just to show you how bad he is, because he lies, and he just has to keep on lying because his whole world is built on deception. So no matter how much you've been deceived, the truth is gonna come to you.
Mm.
That's what it means when it says that which is in the is has been written shall be revealed.
Yeah.
It don't matter how much they denied you to read when you was in slavery and killed you because you could read or whatever, right? The truth was gonna come to you. It's gonna come to you. We were gonna continue to send you messengers and prophets and educators and just different people until everything that you forgot you will remember. And it's not over. So more is gonna come, right? More people are being born with understanding that others have never had. And right, and it's gonna make everything clear, crystal clear. It's gonna be connected. soon we're going to be able to do things that we only think were impossible.
Same.
Right?
So it's
that once you understand what you are, right? Because if you're all these elements, what is limiting you now? You're stuck in something that is limiting something that is unlimited.
True.
Right?
And once you connect inside,
so once you understand what you are, not just in terms of the elements, but what the elements is constructed. Because you say man, you say human being, right? And you're only part right.
So basically,
you are like but the fact that you even say man is mine and mine is the moon, right? These things basically give you like a bigger picture of yourself to look at.
True. And the thing, and what I could say, one thing.
The man is the mind is dealing with the moon. Is when people are crazy, what do they call it? They call it lunatic.
Yeah, a lunatic.
You understand what I'm saying? Yes, because you're out of your mind.
You're out of your.
When you're out of your moon, you're out of your mind.
Mm.
You understand? And mind is man.
Right.
So you're looking at it. You say when you think something, you manifest it. You move it.
Manifest.
Right? Now, there's so much more work, like I said, to this conversation that we probably don't have time to even go into all of them.
She's at the mall. Yeah, she's coming home.
But the beautiful thing about it, me, is that in understanding and what we are and what we're supposed to be, or what we're supposed to be doing, right? Which is what we call our purpose. Everybody wants to know, what is my purpose? How you gonna know what your purpose is when you don't know? You're a hammer, but you want to be a nail. You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
Or you're a nail, but you want to be a hammer. You don't know what you are. You got to know what you are. You got to know. Some of us are the fire, some of us are the water, some of us are the earth, some of us are the other thing, right? And so when we look at our life, we can begin to make sense of it now. Because we're living this life and we don't have all we're doing is going with traditions that we didn't make up. So we don't have no real understanding of these traditions. But nature continues to speak to us all at the same time.
Well, that's how I say it. Whether they like it or not, nature is connected to you whether you like it or not. It doesn't matter where you are on the planet, you are connected to the planet.
Yes, it's speaking. It's not just the planet. The planet is a limiting thing. It's the world, the whole world. Like the world is not just the earth. It's everything, right?
Mm.
The all. You are connected to the all, not just the earth or the planet. This is nothing. This is the least of it. You are connected to the all. You are connected to that which we call God. But people are afraid to talk like this now because they think it's religion. No, this is the real understanding.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can actually label what the creator is. Tell you the truth. Everybody like to.
When people hear God, a lot of them they start thinking all that. They start thinking religious, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't understand what God is. If you ask some people, they say it's Jesus, this white man that they seen on their mamas, their grandmothers was from the time they've been here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or the black version now, or whatever version that that they're pushing now, right? And I'm even saying version because Jesus, the person, the concept,
mm-hmm.
right? It's two different things.
Well, like I said, when you look into the historical documents and stuff like that, I know that we all say Jesus and Yahushua and all that kind of stuff. We know that Jesus was created 400 years ago by those who decided that they wanted this piece of land for their own uh, you know, their
Yeah,
own.
man, that's how they use it, and they play that game. But
But
it wasn't just one. The
when
Jesus character was
when
created like thousands and thousands of years ago,
yeah, when
and
you go,
nature gave it to them, right? It was used as a civilizing tool for them, and because of their deceptive nature, right? I mean, they got a lot of different prophets. You gotta realize that they got a lot of different prophets. A lot of different people came to them,
I
civilized them, to get them guided, and all of the people that came to them, they killed them.
yeah, I
Including
know,
Jesus,
I know.
including the Jesus character. And so the Romans did this was so great at the time. They just coalesced that person's reputation and put it together with the actual conceptual Jesus, right? The Heru and the Mithra and the Krishna and the Buddha. You understand?
Mm.
Characters that had existed, thousands of years before anybody, was even thinking about that there was even a Bible or anything like that assembled.
Mm.
So
I think a lot of our
so
people, I
nature,
think a lot
nature,
of our
nature
people
is
don't
very,
understand.
very clever because what it is like a lot of people got it preserved it in these texts. But now, because we think these things have been tampered with, right? And I'm telling you, the only thing they could do is hide it, but they can't change it. They
Mm-hmm.
can hide it or try to hide it, but once you know, listen, so much things are hidden already that most of the things that people think they know, they really don't know.
True.
So whether the Bible has been tampered with or not, or as they say, it's not a reason for them to throw it away, or to throw away the Quran, or to throw away any book, because nature is the author of everything,
True.
right?
So I said,
And
so you
all
are
they
you
can do
would you
is try to hide it spells with spells.
would
That's
you
why you use words. That's why they use words. They
would
use
you
spells.
suggest that people get more out into nature, to actually
Definitely. They
go
need
out
to
to the.
isolate themselves. People need to isolate themselves from the captivity of the present world, because that's what it is. It's a prison,
It's an
right?
open
It's meant to
prison.
capture your imagination, capture your time, capture all of the places that you go, capture your face a million times in selfies or in videos, capture your energy. It's meant to capture to keep you captive, right? You have people they can't even leave their phone for a few minutes. They everywhere they go, their phone is with them. Their phone is like their best friend, right?
True.
It's
True.
more
True.
than their best friend.
Well, I'm
That's
gonna
all they're thinking for them.
I'm to Hood, I'm gonna end it right now, just to basically, so we can have another show and have another talking and all that kind of stuff. But I want to thank you very much for entertaining us and letting us know the deeper aspects of your reality. You know what I mean? So that therefore we can actually just get a little bit of knowledge right now and just like man, like basically, like fester on that for a little bit, marinate on it for a little bit, see the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking to myself like whether anybody are like it or not, we have the answers within us. And it's up to us. From our point of view, when we opened our eyes, we were the king of our castle. We were connected to something bigger than us. We are inside it and we can become like it. So guess what? You know what? Start getting up.
In the beginning, it wasn't a beginning. It was a big inning because it's a game,
A
right?
big in.
Big inning, a big like the innings. There are 9 innings. That I say there's a 9 sides of everything.
Yep.
So the big inning, right, which they call the big bang, all they do is hide the spell for words. So they change it from big inning to beginning with an E
Yep.
instead
Yep.
of an I.
Yep.
So
So we just gotta
that's
look
all
in.
they can do. They cannot change anything. I can tell you most of the stuff.
Saying.
Mercury is what you call mercy in the Bible.
Saying.
Everywhere you see mercy, you're talking it's Mercury. So they're calling for when they go asking for mercy, they have to ask for mercy because no one can get to the Father but by Mercury. You
Saying.
can't get to the Son unless you go through Mercury first. Mercury last.
Saying.
You understand? So
Saying.
you ask for mercy. Mercy is a request. But Mercury it's Mercury you're really asking for, because only Mercury can take your request to give you the grant you the pardon that you're looking for, or the reprieve that you're looking for. You understand? That's called the messenger of the gods. Yes. And
So,
that's why it was created. That's why you read your Bible and it goes through the first. It goes through those 7 days, and it says in the first day God said, "Let there be light." It's not talking. It's not because the earth was created. Light was created. No, the light. The first day is the sun.
Same.
So sun controls the light. So let there be light. Sun controls that. The second day, the waters are divided. The moon controls that.
Same.
Understand what I'm saying? That's why the day was after waters are divided to the second day.
So it's just our.
So when you get to the third day, the plants are coming up. What are the plants? The plants are the technology. That's what the plants are here. They are your technology. They keep you alive. They keep you breathing, right?
They put roof over your head, all of that, son.
They capture the sunlight, right? And then the animals eat them, and then we eat some of those animals, and then we eat the plants. So the plants are your technology. You notice all the trees. You live in the trees and around the trees are everywhere around. Right? Your furniture, your floor, your ceiling, your house, the bed, the paper that you write on, the paper that you wipe your ass with. It's the trees.
Yep. And the money people keep killing each other for. The currency they keep killing each other for.
So on the fourth day, right? They say that the sun and the moon is created on the fourth day in the Bible. Most people skip over that, because that would have given you a clue that it wasn't talking about days like how we sing days are. Days are God, D-E-I-S, not D-A-Y-S. Because how would you get to day 4 when the sun is created and without a sun in day 1, 2, and 3? Where would you get me a day from? Where would you get me, you have to give me a night and a day from? If the sun wasn't created until day 4.
Same.
See, because it's telling you that the sun and the moon and the stars and everything that was created on day 4 is controlled by Mercury. Mercury is the messenger of the gods. So day 4, the 4th day is Mercury. The 5th day, all the large things, all the big things, all the big beasts and everything is created. That's Jupiter. Jupiter enlarges everything. The 6th day, man is created. Man is created from what? Mother Nature. Mother Nature is Venus. That's the 6th planet. And on the 7th day, God rested. The 7th day is the Sabbath. And the 7th day is named Saturday. So it's the whole thing laid out, the cosmological thing laid out right there for us. But because we can't see the spell, right? So that's all they do is change the spelling. That's all the devil could do. He could just deceive you. So the truth is right in front of you, but you can't see it. And that's why Jesus said, "Let him that have eyes to see and ears to hear." Because he knew they were going to change the spelling. The spelling changes itself.
Well, the thing is, they change the spelling.
As normal as it is, you know what I'm saying?
They change the spelling of the man's name from Yahushua to Jesus.
Everything. But not really, because the J, as long as you realize the J is still the L, right? And the L and the Y is the same thing, right? That's why in Spanish you write 2 L's and an A. You get llama. That's what it says, right? Llama. It's 2 L's. The L and the Y is the same thing. You just have to remember how the language goes. So it's not changed. Nothing is changed. So
it's just an illusion then. So it's an illusion.
Right?
Majority of this world is an illusion.
Change the L and put it back to a Y, you get that. You see what I'm saying? It has changed. They just trying to trick you. They're just trying to trick you. They can't change the word of God. All they can do is hide it, try to hide it with spells, because everybody's under spell.
And do you think with your do you think that we all have the ability to look within inside for the answers and have the ability to actually disband all these spells?
It's not ability. It's not a question. It's no. Once you're here, you're born with everything that you need.
Same.
You understand? You know the stuff that people, you have everything. You're given all the equipment that you need once you're here.
Some people want to change them equipment, though.
Yeah, some of them want to, but like the one thing is like it doesn't matter what they want to do with this thing. The only thing that's going to happen to them that rebel is they're gonna die,
True.
right? And death, people say there's no death. Yeah, there is a death. There's somewhat of a death in the terms that when if you're rebellious and you don't want something, you're not gonna come out. It's no purpose for you for your energy or for your animation, your iteration to return, right? Because it's about something. This thing is about we're trying to get to the seventh day. You know what the seventh day is? The seventh day is the day of rest, right? So
Right.
all this life is about is toil right now. We've been toiling and toiling for 6,000 years and longer than that year, because the full cycle is 25,000 years. But we're in Aquarius right now. We're in the flood. So right
I've
now,
always
our mind right now is pouring out. That's what we call it, the information age, right? The information is coming from your mind. That's where all the knowledge comes from. So it's a flood. Your mind is being poured out right now. Poured out upon the world in terms of computers and technology and all these different things that we call them smart devices, right? Because it's from your mind. All of it. But it's a flood. And when the flood is over, everything will be destroyed.
So basically, all the illusions, all the illusions,
all of the illusions,
all the bullshit.
So that's why Capricorn comes after the flood. Because Capricorn, the seagulls, he can swim in the water, right? But he can also do well on the land, right?
You know what? I'd love for if you ever were ever thinking about it, because you do like movies and stuff like that. I would love for you to make the what do you call it? Like a movie on the way you interpret the 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 the, the Genesis project. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing about it is like when people think, oh, it's the flood, oh, they see water and all that kind of stuff. It's like basically it's the flood of information and the destruction of all the illusion that's in front of your face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Every all these scientists are going around.
This world is magic.
Oh man, I know.
It's pure magic. That's why air, fire, water, and earth can come together, and it works.
Yeah.
Right. It
Yeah.
works, and we are obviously projections, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and we are obviously impacted on by each day, not on each day, but by each day, by each God, and we are one of these gods, right? I know people don't like to hear this because they don't understand that in one is all and all is one,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that's why you could say in the seven spirits of God, but it's still one God,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's the seven spirits off, so they're not independent of themselves. They're off something, right?
Mm.
And whatever you're off is what you want. What is what. So if all of us are off God or from God, then we don't even have to argue. We're God.
Yep.
Plain and simple. People want to say, "Oh, but you're a little God, and you're not." No, you're God. You can't increase the order. You can't decrease the order. That's what God is, right?
Same.
God is the all. Now,
And then you can treat people like you want to be treated.
Huh?
I said then you can treat people like you want to be treated, because the thing
then,
about it is
exactly this is where when you submit and you have that perfect understanding, and that you gonna see that, look, if I disrespect you, I'm disrespecting God,
or I'm disrespecting myself.
and but you forget yourself. You're disrespecting God.
Same.
Because sometimes you look at yourself like nothing, but you can't look at God as nothing.
True.
Right? So if you're disrespecting me, you're disrespecting God. And if I'm disrespecting you, I'm disrespecting God.
True.
Right?
True.
Which is the same thing as saying myself and yourself.
True.
But we're putting it in another context so it has more more. It's right in front of your face now. Well, you're
So,
going to disrespect God. So what should God do?
yeah, defend yourself.
You understand? So the end of the day is like a lot of our systems, and a lot of our behavior, we do it in ignorance, and we think that after we get the truth, that we can still play ignorant. We can't play ignorant because now you won't be forgiven now after you know.
That's true.
It's different when you don't know, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then someone comes and gives you the knowledge, so you know. But what a lot of these religious systems do is they tell you all to do is repent. No, that's wrong. That's wrong. You can't keep on. You can't just be holy on Sundays alone. Or you know what I mean? You can't go out all week doing crazy stuff, and every Sunday you go confess and say I'm sorry, forgive me. No, I forgive you last week or this thing, and then the next week come back and you want to be forgiven for it again. No, that means you didn't really repent the first time. You weren't really sorry. You understand what I'm saying?
Same.
So like the universe works off laws. That's why we say I self law and master.
That's the Moorish
Right?
teachings. Yeah.
Yes. Because what it is, you see, Islam, even Allah, I'm gonna show you a spell with Allah. Allah, Elohim, and even the word hello. They're all the same thing, brother. Same word. Hello is the most popular greeting on the entire planet.
Let me ask you a question.
And it's the name of God.
Let me ask you a question. All the languages that are around the world that we speak, like we speak English now, right? And we basically used to speak our own native tongue and all that kind of stuff, right? Now, there's those who are very, very connected to like ancestors, and you know, um, you know what I'm saying? Like they basically like they're finding out more and more stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because we have groups here saying, "Oh, you're this and you're that," but now you look deeper and deeper. It's like the revealing of reality is right in front of your face.
We are a dead people right now. So a dead people can't speak a living tongue.
Mm.
You see? You have to speak the most basic tongue that you can speak because you're dead. We're called the dead.
But the thing is,
that's why all the scriptures talk about some resurrection, right? The resurrection is not about nobody that's in the ground. You know which people have died from the beginning of time? You resurrect all those people, where they gonna be? You know what I'm saying? Where they gonna go? You know, you're not saying the resurrection is of the people who are dead. The dead people right now.
So waking up.
Dead.
Well, the thing, they've actually made us really literally, because everything we have in our pocket is a debt note. You have a mortgage. What do you call it?
The thing that I'm telling you is that nature is telling you what it is. Even the currency they trade, they call it cryptocurrency. Crypt is of the dead.
Is of the dead.
It's dead currency. Dead energy.
Yeah.
Right?
So is hold on. Is it those people's time? Because basically it's that it seems like honestly, we weren't always like this, man. I'm telling you, we weren't always like this. It's just recently.
You're not always gonna be like you are right now either.
But that's true. But I'm just saying.
Gonna be dormant.
I'm just saying.
Your mind is gonna get feeble. Your strength is gonna leave you. So it's a cycle of living. And we weren't always like this, and we will cycle out of it as we are cycling out of it now, right? But the cycle continues. You know what I mean? The circle don't have no beginning or end to it. That's why they can't really find out birth record. I don't care what they tell you. You know, like they're trying to take something limitless and limited. Right?
Same.
Because we know when they were born, but they don't know when we came. We don't know how long we've been.
We've always been here.
Right? Because you remember now, you're not just this configuration. You are the ingredient that make the configuration. The food is a potato chips. May you call the potato, but it's not just a potato. You read that ingredient, you see all the stuff. The put in, that's what you really eat. Right? All these names that you can't pronounce and all these chemicals, that's what you're really eating, and that might not be a potato chip. A peanut or cashew on the other end is just a cashew or peanut. You know that. Oranges is the oranges, just unless it's genetically modified, then you say it's a GMO fruit.
Mm-hmm. So do you think that? Do you think majority?
All the languages basically are nature that nature uses. If you understand, because that's the thing, you can know, it's right here for all of us, but everybody doesn't understand. So we use the words and we don't spend time to study them to see what the words really are, how they're constructed, right? The words are spelled, and what the devil has done, right? The devil has changed the spelling on a lot of the words to try to confuse you and make you to put things in different order to try to throw you off. But he cannot change the words. I mean, I'm telling you, can't change nothing. He can't change it. He can only try to hide it from you. You understand? That's all he can do. But you can't see it anyway. Because he's been hidden so much stuff. What he does is he mixes truth with falsehood. So, because you're under the spell where you can't receive simple things, right? You don't recognize that every day when you're saying Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, these are the planets you're talking about. And why people understand that why you calling the planets name every day? Why are you making reference to the planets everything? What's that all about? Why?
Because it affects you.
We should be asking. And once we ask those questions, then we begin to realize that, oh my goodness, you know what? This thing now, it's saying somewhere we say good and evil, right?
Yeah.
Good and evil is God and Eve.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is, God and Eve. Right? That's what we say, good and evil. The morning and the evening is Mars and Eve, Mars and Venus.
And they're always basically putting it towards, like, what do you call it? Because the thing is, they have it where it's Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, not realizing it's Father, Mother,
and child.
Because there's no ghost. Because
how they change on this stuff, right? How they change on this thing to throw you up. We in the ancient world, and in ancient world, when we looked at the system, we codified the sequence. So the sequence is called a week, right? We had Sun, Moon, Mars. You know what he changed it to? He changed it to Sun, Moon, and stars. And we continue to say this and not realize it's not stars. He just changed the S to M. Changed the M to S. It's Sun, Moon, and Mars. That's the sequence.
Same.
That's the order was going in. But he's telling you Sun, Moon, and stars now. So he called it, you forget Mars.
Same. And these planets, these planets or aspects are very manipulative when it comes to our.
Very, very, very. But they're present. You know what it looks like I was saying earlier about the hieroglyphics. It's a living language. So it's giving you a clue. When you look at that stuff, it's not just it's showing you people, it's showing you animals, it's showing you the water, it's showing you all the different elements, it's showing you a whole bunch of different stuff. Because when you really want to read energy, you just have to look at everybody and see the people, like letters moving around, like thoughts going about here, doing that. That's what's really happening. That's what you're looking at. So if I'm the supreme being, which I am, when I'm looking at the world, I'm looking at all of this. I'm looking at a language, but it's a pattern of activity. Everybody is saying something. Everything is saying something. The TV is saying something. The radio is saying something. All the words are trying to say something, right? And now when you start to look at the word, you start, wow, look at it. Why is this thing popping up? Hello. Look at the word hello. E-L-L-O. H-E-L-L-O. Right? The word Allah. A-L-L-A-H. You take off the H of hello, and you have E-L-L-O. You take off the H of Allah, you got A-L-L-A. Right? So now you see the vowels here. The vowels are interchangeable. So if I change that E to an A and that O to an A, I have A-L-L-A again. You see what I'm saying? It's the same exact word. And Elohim is the same thing. Elohim, E-L-O-H-I-M. You put another L in there, E-L-L-O-H-I-M. Right? So now, Elohim, Allah, and Elo are the same thing. It's an L, right? And then the I-M, you get the I-M in it, right? am is I am. So when Moses says I am that I am, or in ancient Egypt they call it Amen, right? On, right? It's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Most High communicating. This is the planetary system for that system communicating to you. When you're seeing numbers all the time, people keep on seeing 11, 11, and 1, 1, 1, and 2, 2, 2, and all these different things, right?
You know what I want?
The planet Saturn.
You know what I want you to do, Tahut? I want you to do this, man. I want you to check out the hieroglyphs of the Americas. It's you. One of them is if you look up the Borgia Codex, because they took a lot of the hieroglyphs that are from the hieroglyphs at Banampak, because with your knowledge of like seeing the living what do you call it, pictures, and coming up with the dissection of your thoughts, you know what I'm saying? I'm basically putting out there the what do you call it, the other side of the coin, so you can actually see like current that we all need to see. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm hearing, I've heard a lot of interpretations from the other side of the ocean, right? But the thing is, nobody's ever looked here at this side of the ocean, because we've all been being like, oh, you're Egyptian, you're this, you're that, you're out of Africa, and blah blah blah, and not realizing that, like you said, it's right in front of your face, right under your nose, and nobody's looking.
We just have to stop blocking ourselves and limiting ourselves like we're a cartoon character.
Yeah.
Right? Like the whole world was like partitioned off the curtain, and Africans didn't know about the South American. I mean, we've been here for so long. We've been every part of the planet. There's no place that we have not been there or we're not at. And we have places that they have not been to yet.
A lot. I gotta.
They don't know nothing about it.
There's a brother.
All of their knowledge and all of this stuff. There's things that's buried under the sand and buried under the water. The mind is covering up so much stuff. You understand what I'm saying? The earth is covering up so much stuff that they don't have no idea about.
True. I have a brother on the chat that's basically said that you ever heard of Khalid Mohammed?
Yes, Khalid Mohammed. That's my guy. We used to do stuff together.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know what do you call it? He said that you have a lot of the same kind of breakdown, but then now we know that you used to do the what do you call it?
Khalid Mohammed of the Nation of Islam you talking about?
I think so. I'm not too sure.
That's the Khalid Mohammed. That's the only Khalid Mohammed I know.
Okay.
And he passed away a couple years back.
Okay.
I don't know if any other Khalid Mohammed or if it's somebody else.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Khalid Mohammed. That was on.
If people have similar understanding, because it's one truth.
True.
It doesn't matter if I'm saying it or 10 other people are saying it, and if they say it the same way or saying it a different way.
It's the same thing.
Once your eyes begin to open and you begin to see the spells that are trapping you,
mm-hmm.
that are blocking you from seeing what's really going on, from seeing what really is. Yeah, we're all gonna see the same things, and we all gonna probably express it, in a similar way.
Yeah.
But we don't own this knowledge. None of us own nothing.
True.
You understand? None of us own, and people have to go back to meditation, because the truth is waiting to be revealed to people who have great capacity for it.
And that's basically focusing on your breath. Realize that meditation is what I've learned how to meditate is get into a really dark room or get out somewhere where there's no like electricity, turn your phone off, get by nature and sit down by a big tree and just start breathing, because that tree isn't giving you oxygen, you're giving it carbon dioxide, and then basically you become one with the connection of the whole. You see?
That's the whole point of this whole thing, is that you must become one with you. And when you could have that connection and hold it, because you might be, when you're meditating you can do it, but it's very hard to maintain outside of meditation because there's so much distraction. And we haven't fully developed our focus where we can remain, you know what I mean, that focus, that intensely focused, where we're in the world but not happy, right? There's so much distractions even some other people do, and they have been poisoning us for a long time, and so we become addicted and adjusted to all of the stuff that they've been doing. The food that they've been feeding us is to kill it. It's poison. So because you're addicted to it, it's hard for you to stop eating it. No matter how much food and how much people come forward and tell you, don't do this, don't do that, because food is more addictive than any drug that you can think of.
That's true. Well, you
Right?
true. And you know what? I suggest everybody do a washout every 3 months. Get rid of them
That's
parasites,
not only
colon
water, but
cleanse.
people, one of the key things is that you need to fast.
Yeah,
You need to fast from the food. You need to limit how much food you eat. Since you can't avoid eating the food, what you have to do is you have to,
yeah,
right?
that's true.
You have
I've
to eat less of it.
I've actually done
But
that. I've actually
you have
done
to
that.
fast. And you
Food.
know when there's different kind of food because like people just look at the stuff they stuff into their mouth. What about the stuff you put into your water, into your mind, right?
True. Even the
The things that
thoughts.
you listen to and the things that you watch. You have to be careful of all of this stuff. You have to fast from social media. You have to fast the television, the news, and all the negativity that they pervade. You have to fast so you can connect back to the right.
Same.
But CNN is not the source. MSNBC is not the source. When you're connected to nature, the walls will tell you everything. The trees will tell you everything.
That's what my dad does,
Right?
man. That's what my dad does. My dad, I'm telling you, my dad is a very, very like he's in man, he's on a different level. Like he talks to trees. His land is the most fertile. He talks to the ground. The ground actually told him the name. He what do you call it? Talks to he just give thanks and praise. That's all you hear him. A true Rastaman.
Yep. Yep. And then people might see people who are locked off from that kind of vibration would think that sounds crazy.
Yeah, true.
But they don't realize how crazy they are,
Oh, it's funny.
how crazy they see.
And the rest of the family think he's crazy, but me and like a couple other
They
brothers are
don't
the only
realize
one.
how crazy they are. Like, at the end of the day, I guarantee you they're poisoning themselves every single day, and they're doing it work for you,
Yep,
and they
true.
don't care. So who's more crazy? Somebody talking to the tree, but he's eating good. He's not killing the animals. He's not polluting the air. Or somebody who's poisoning themselves willfully, right, and believing in lies when the truth is clear and open for them to know.
True.
Who's crazy? Who are the crazy ones here?
That's true.
You
That's
know?
true.
So
That.
we look at it and we begin to see that look, we who are connected back to the spirit because our unconsciousness is because we're disconnected from the spirit. We've been cut off, our air supply has been cut off. So we are asleep. And therefore we keep on telling each other to wake up.
You,
Stay woke.
when you just said that, I was just saying to myself, is that why they don't plant as much trees in like the ghettos and the poorer
That's
neighborhoods?
why there is no trees in the ghetto.
Yeah. So then I guess we should be
Because
instead of
even notice when you go by trees, right? Trees calm you down.
that's true.
And that's why like one of the largest suicide forest a place they have a place in Japan I think called the suicide forest. You ever heard of this place?
Yeah.
They did a movie about it with Matthew McConaughey called the Sea of Forest of Forest of something like the Sea of Trees.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a suicide forest in Japan where people from all over the world they go there and they kill themselves. They
Yeah.
hang themselves, they do pills, they do all kinds of stuff, and that's what the park is known for.
Same.
And it's the same trees, like I say, we live with them. There are floors, there are tables, there are beds, there are furniture. they are the paper that we write on, the paper we wipe our asses with, right?
True.
Well, listen, there are books, right?
Yeah.
The trees are all around us. They're in us. We eat them. We breathe the energy. We breathe the air from them,
Mm-hmm.
right? They capture the sunlight. They are the technology. And it's through them that we live. That we make our weapons and our tools and, you know what I mean? Our structures from.
True.
This whole system is a much bigger system, or this whole world is a much bigger world, much more magical world than we understand. And we, we can begin to to turn things around once, we get back on track. But we're so off track right now, man. We're at the level of the beast. And there's 3 levels. You know what I mean? We're not even men yet. We're still in animal state.
Sure. Beast mode.
Yeah, we're still in beast mode. So we do all this savage stuff and we celebrate. You have people that all they do is they just want to get high and get drunk. And they're so quick to go to war and drop bombs and shoot this and shoot that and just bloodshed and mayhem. This is beast, man. They go into the jungle and they kill the animals for fun, for sport and for play. This is savage. Not even the animals do that.
True.
Not even the animals kill just for sport and play.
People are following.
Just want to shoot the giraffe and take a picture beside it.
True. And
want to kill the animal and take a picture beside it.
You know.
Nothing.
True that.
You understand? We're in beast mode. The world is crashing under the cover of foolishness. And unless we take over the correct course, right? By first connecting back to all these elements, cleaning up our air, which is our spirit, cleaning up our water, which is our mind, and cleaning up our body, which is our earth, and basically harnessing our energy, our soul, because we're selling our soul. This is what we mean by we say we sell our soul, because you sell your energy.
Same.
You sell your energy for pseudo energy. You give 8 hours every day of your energy to somebody else and they give you money for it. That's your soul you're selling. Your energy is your soul. Your soul is your energy. So because we're selling our energy, and what we're selling our energy for? The things that the earth gives us for free. We're selling it for food and for shelter and for this and for that. The earth gives you all the food and the food. The reason why we're not free is because our water is dammed up. Our mind has been jammed up, has been blocked by all these cells. So freedom, when you look at it, it says it's free the dome, right? But the DOM becomes DAM. Because the vowels are interchangeable. So use to free the dam, let the waters flow, let your mind flow free again. So because your mind is blocked up and locked up in all this conditioning, you're enslaved. And you say you're consciously voicing that you want freedom, you want to free the dam. You want to let the water, you want to make your mind flow again.
Same.
You understand?
And that's another thing too, is that a lot of people don't realize is when they go to sleep, their water levels are dropping. So it's like even the water that we take, like we should all look at they have structured water. It's just swirling the water around and actually looking at the water and talking to the water and let it know that I appreciate you going inside of me and replenishing all those dry cells that have dried up. So it actually works, because since I started doing that, actually just talking, just actually acknowledging the water. It's been man, I got energy, bro. I got energy and different thoughts, and I have it's more, just more.
Your mind is gonna open up. Your mind is gonna become more powerful. You understand saying? It's gonna become more charged. Because you're in the age, you're under the influence of the water right now anyway. So water is being poured. The universal picture is a downward. That's what Aquarius represents. Right? So we're in a time where your mind is being is being activated right now. It's being engaged. And that's why people are thinking so many different things. And sometimes the philosophies, they sound so weird and so off. But, the mind, the universal mind, all the water right now is being engaged.
Mm-hmm.
But if your water is polluted, this is why they're poisoning the water. So, all of this makes sense. This is a larger language that's being spoken. So you look at Flint, and you look at all these other places where water has been polluted, right? They're doing this on purpose. They're leading you to go towards bottled water.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of this bottled water is not good for you because of the BPA levels that get seeped into them. This is where cancer is coming from because it's a very skilled, effort they're trying to make,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Slow things down or to keep things from progressing at the rate that it's going to get to. So it doesn't matter what they do, but they don't know that yet because, the deception that they deceive everybody else with is also a deception to themselves.
True.
Because now white people don't really know who they are. It's not just that we don't know who we are; they don't know who they are,
Mm-hmm.
and that's fact. You understand? The ignorance is complete. Right?
Mm-hmm.
White people have been lied to, black people have been lied to. And then a lie is a very dangerous thing. Because a lie is gonna cause it's gonna stir you to be mischief maker, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna throw everything up, it's gonna lead to you doing the wrong thing. It's like pollution.
Mm-hmm.
Gets into your system and then you've been detoured, you've been told to go left when you wanted to go right.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the thing. Like I said, I asked myself. I said, who am I? What am I doing here? And I was looking into the whole Pan African thing and what do you call it? Being like we're out from Africa, we're African American, and all this kind of stuff. And like I started asking myself, you know what? Show me the way. Just show me the truth. That's all I want. I can handle the truth. And it was right in front of my face the whole time. The whole freaking time. You're from here. You have always been here. When they came here, they found you. When they saw that you had this, and this, they wanted it. They got jealous and they wanted it. They basically sent you north, west, south, and east, like all over the freaking planet, and then brought you back to here, and then told you that you are from over there. And then after it's like, hold on for a second. This is the truth right in front of my face. Once I started finding the truth.
You see the thing, sometimes these things now it becomes complicated. But when you look at it when you look at it, you can't just advocate nothing. The thing with knowledge, when you get great knowledge, it unifies a lot of things that seem divided.
Oh yeah,
Right?
because you're adding upon that knowledge. That's the
It
thing.
brings everything together, but because it brings everything together, don't mean that now you're gonna throw away the little fight that you have to fight. Nature is so beautifully laid out that the struggle that you struggle, that you're struggling through, the fights that you're engaged in, you have to do those fights. You can't just walk away from them because now it's like the world is gonna come to an end one day, right? The world is gonna come to an end. People just give up. They say, "Oh, well, I have no purpose to live. I have no purpose to do nothing. I ain't doing nothing because the world's gonna come to an end." No, you still have to live.
Mm-hmm.
You still have to go through your process and do the stuff that you have to do. Just because I say white people or all people come from black people and they are our children, it don't mean that they get a pass because of what they put us through. We still have to engage them and bring them to a consciousness and awareness, and sometimes it's gonna get physical. Sometimes it's gonna get ugly. Sometimes it's gonna get downright bad. Understand?
Mm.
But this is the process. This is our nature. We're set up. Because through that nastiness, something is gonna happen that's gonna lead to something. But through that kindness, something is gonna. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you
have to have balance.
You become passive and all forgiving and you forget about all the stuff that happened because you think you're enlightened. No, nature doesn't work like that. The process still has to play out.
Mm-hmm.
The day is never delayed. You notice that the day is never delayed.
Same.
Never. You may procrastinate all you want, and you may, you know, say you're gonna do it, but you don't really do it. But the day is because the day is submitting to the Most High, which is what we need to do. Everything works efficiently.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing is ever off. You understand? So if man wants to submit, how great would man be? You get back to the level of God. You get still we in beast mode right now. If we submit, we come with it's the same simple boom. Because now look how much people are gonna stop dying from drug overdoses and from some of the stuff that we're wasting our time and our money on.
Same. Well, basically, we
Yeah,
just need we need to start like I need to start listening to ourselves, listening to our body. You know what I mean? Listen to what's the little thought that's going in our head saying, you know what? You don't need that. You don't need to go buy that. You don't need to go. You don't need to eat that. You don't need to freaking what do you call it? Say that. You know what I'm saying? Because
if you look at how beautiful nature has used to send men, right? You send men to come here and it still sends men and women, right? To come and express things to us, to guide us, to give us insight or understanding of the things that we didn't really understand. But it's now it's used the internet. It's created this thing called the internet. So now you have no excuse. You can't say my mother didn't teach me, my father didn't teach me.
true.
There's nothing you can't find on that web. Go learn. And then like even if you don't go on the web, it's still gonna find a way to speak to you. You go on all these social media sites and all these memes that people are making and all these videos they're sharing with the information. Sometimes the information is not accurate, but the context of it, right? Which is to basically motivate you towards like a greater knowledge of yourself, right? That is present, and that sometimes it's more effective than even people speaking to you. Because you're constantly bombarded. It's like you're being programmed. It's like the computer system, whether it's by design or not, but we are programming each other. Every day with these images, every day with these videos, every day with these these things that we do, right? Because we realize that the system that we used to believe in, they don't work. We can't wait for CNN to tell us the truth. So we get out and we tell each other the truth. We start our own YouTube now. And we make our own videos and we do our own interviews.
True.
Right? We make our own movies and we write our own books.
Yeah.
We organize our own events. And we're trying to edify and reach the people. We can't sit around and say it's the government's job to do this or to do that. No.
Them not doing
because
nothing.
the government that's in place is the government of the devil. So that government is not gonna try to set up nothing righteous. Righteousness is only gonna destroy them. So that's why they don't want to end crime. That's why they don't want to end sickness. Because they profit from it.
True.
Police don't want to end crime. They just want to, all the statistics and I thought, because without crime, why would you need that? If everybody became righteous, this is why people need to submit and come back into oneness with the Most High. I don't care what you call it. You call it universe, you call it God, you call it nature, you call it Jehovah, you call it Yahweh, you call it Allah, you call it Jesus. Whatever you want to call it. It doesn't matter. It's the one thing with many names. Right? Call it God, you don't want to call it that. Call it whatever you want to call it. But you have to come back into submission and oneness with that thing so that way we can establish the kingdom of righteousness here. And righteousness is what it says. Righteous, right. That's not religion.
Same.
I don't care that's not religion. You understand what I'm saying? Right is right. And wrong is wrong. And we know the difference. And we should want to live in a world of right, trust me.
Right.
Anybody who don't want to live in a world of righteousness is a demon, man.
Yep. Or somebody that can't handle the truth. Realize that they're aboriginal to this planet. They're aboriginal to the place that they're at.
You know what I'm saying? People want to eat all what get dying, it's killing you. You're not even getting to enjoy your life. Right? You work so hard for all these things that you can't even enjoy. You have these beautiful children and you're gonna die, you're not gonna get to see them grow up.
Yeah.
because you're eating cancer, you're eating too much sugar, you're feeding disease and sickness. You're polluting yourself.
Yeah. It's all.
You don't want to listen. You think you can do anything that you want. You can no. That's not how the universe is made. It's made on the law. Laws govern everything.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why even the largest society, the government of the world, they can't do nothing unless they create a law, because that's how you were created.
Same.
You were created under the creation of law. So they can't make you do nothing unless they create a law to say thou shalt do or thou can't do.
And now they need your permission to even to do anything.
Consent.
They need your consent, your
Yeah,
acquiescence.
they need your consent. And this is how they trick everybody.
Same.
Because they're not creating, they can't change the law, right? I'm saying they cannot change the word. The law is the word of God, right? And the word of God is the truth. So all they can do is try to deceive you by telling it different,
mm-hmm.
right? Which
giving you two titles.
Different. It's just that you don't know. You only know this side. You only know J. You don't know that J used to be L, and you don't know that L could be Y. So if you see J-E-S-U-S, you start saying, no, that's not the name. But if you know that the J and the L is the same thing, or the L and the Y is the same thing, there's no difference.
Yeah.
You see, you stop arguing. All the arguments and the debating ends because it's a spell.
Same.
That's all it is. It's a spell. They cannot change the truth.
What?
They can only try to hide it from you.
What I want.
And then once you can see it, they're in trouble because their word is going to come down. So you're going to realize that this whole thing is about you. It's about going within. It's about knowing yourself.
From your point of view.
Yourself, you stop limiting yourself. You stop living in this imaginary box that they built for you to live into.
Yep.
You stop living on you stop bleeding. You go back into the water. The reason why we're bleeding is because, you ever notice in graphics, you always have to have a bleed. And the bleed happens outside of the border.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're outside of the borders is when you bleed.
Yep.
That's why man bleeds.
Same.
Because he's water, but he's on the land now. He's not in the water no more. He's not in the mine anymore. He's on the land. He's like outside of the boundary. So you bleed. You hear the bleed. And we want to continue to bleed until we get back to this spiritual magic that is our life.
Right. That's why we're teaching out here, man. That, honestly, I got on a couple of what do you call it? Group chats and stuff like that. Respect to what do you call it? Chief Holiday and all these guys. The Tide Data. You know what I'm saying? Like all these guys, we getting out there and letting people know straight from the beginning that we are Aboriginal to this land and start claiming your birthright. Because the thing is that whether you like it or not, look around. You're from here. You were always here. If you are Chinese, you're from there. You were always there. If you're from Africa, you're from there and you were always there. You can't be two places at one time. You know what I'm saying? You're from here.
Explain the elements.
The elements. Yeah, go deep. Even see that's even deeper.
It's not just the land. It's the water. It's the air. It's the sun.
Everything.
All of it is ours. All of it is our birthright.
Everything.
All of it.
See? From you heard it. You heard it. You heard.
And then when we claim these things, we claim them ourselves first because that's where they are. They exist within us.
You heard.
And this is why when you claim them in yourself, it's easy for you to claim them outside of yourself because they're not separated. The air that's in you that you breathe is not separate from the air that's around you. It's not separate. It's not separate. The earth is not separate from you. You stand on it. You sleep on it. Your house is on it. Your car is drive on it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
We're not separate. The energy that you get from the sun, you're not separated from it. It's wirelessly connected to you. All the planets wirelessly connected to you. You're not separate from nothing. We're not separate from each other. We just can't see the connections anymore because we have been damned, our mind has been blocked up. So the part of our mind that will give us that information has been sealed off by dam. And so now we want to free the dam, we want freedom. Because once the waters are flowing again, everything will connect. That's why all the rivers, no matter where they are, they go back to the ocean. They find their way to connect back to the larger ocean. So sometimes they dam, they put dams and they cut off the flow of the river. You understand then?
Same.
The flow of the energy. Because that's what the water is. It's energy, currency. Right? It has a current, and the money is the same thing. It's currency, right? Energy.
Same. And
we have to come back into submission, into oneness with that energy.
Same.
Because we have will. But our will is not to do as we will, is to do the will of the Most High, to submit to its will. That's it. That's what your will is there for. Not my will. That's why he said, Jesus said, not my will, but thy will be done. And the same thing, other religious groups use the same term. They use the same term because when you submit your will, it means that you're in obedience, complete obedience. Right? You look at all these different religious systems. Look at the Hebrew system, for example. They got 613 laws. Right? Statutes and commands. 613. Now a lot of people don't understand the significance of that 613. Because 248 of those 613 laws are called positive laws. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then 365 are called negative laws. As soon as you see that, you should know what that means. The 248 is dealing with the moon. And the 365 is dealing with the sun.
Same. Balance.
You understand? So the moon has 9, they call it animalistic months, right?
Okay.
9 animalistic months where it goes through this cycle and then it starts over the same cycle again. And each month lasts 27 and 27.5 days approximately, right? So you go through 9 cycles today, you get 248. Then it takes 365 days for the earth to go around the sun according to them. So it just shows you how the systems are expressing themselves in us and through us and even in the laws that we live under. Right? So you have moon laws and you have sun laws. And I'm telling you also, you have all the other systems. You have Mercury laws, you have Mars laws, you have Jupiter laws, you have Venus laws, you have Saturn laws. All of them have laws.
Mm-hmm.
All of them exist here. And through us, we are their vicegerents. We are their representation. We are their substitute, presence. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We are their manifestation, their moon manifestation. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Here on display. So I don't know if I told you this, but everything red here is Mars. Everything.
Same.
All the systems that are red are Mars. So when you hear red China and red Russia, and you hear blood, and that's the deal with Mars.
Mm.
Everything black here is Saturn, including us. That's why we call ourselves black people. The judges wear black. The priests wear black. So Saturn is the one who gives you your judges and your priests and your kings.
Same.
And Saturn was called L. And that's why everywhere you see L.
And
element.
People.
Elohim. Elo. Allah. It's the same thing. The A and the L becomes the E and the L because the vowels are interchangeable.
So what majority of, well, not I'd say majority, I'd say minority of the individuals who say that they're in power, they're just manipulating the vowels around so that you basically fight amongst yourselves on what is what, because it's like
because you see, most of us don't understand these things that I'm even discussing tonight, and even it really might want people to really study about this video, because I'm saying a lot, and I'm saying it's very convoluted almost.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not giving it space to really go in depth because I know, like, it's just kind of like
We're just having a chat.
The conversation actually ended a couple of minutes ago.
Yeah.
We still talking.
No. The thing is, just the show's still going. You're still going. Yeah, but I was gonna, what do you call it? I was gonna end it out, but the thing is, when you were starting to go, I was like, man, we need to learn this. You know what I mean? We need to get back to ourselves. We need to figure out, like, listen, hey, start listening to that little voice inside your head. Start actually looking to yourself and say, hey, listen, you know what?
You have to start trusting your spirit. The ear, it knows everything.
Yeah, I'm not gonna eat that. I'm not gonna eat that anymore. I'm not gonna smoke that anymore. I'm not gonna drink that anymore. I'm not gonna freaking, what do you call it, say that anymore. You know, like, it's control. And once you start getting control of yourself, then you start understanding, hey, listen, when I look at somebody, I'm gonna treat somebody like I want to be treated. If they're gonna disrespect me, then I'm gonna defend myself. But the thing is, until then, the thing is, I'm not gonna have a malice in my heart for another individual that just because it's like, oh, you're this and you're that. You know what I mean? Like, I understand. I understand that.
Right now, the body is dying, right?
Yeah.
The body is sick because the water, the mind has been blocked up.
True.
It's been polluted.
Because
the spirit has been polluted.
Ever since we've been talking about this Aboriginal thing, right? And just trying to tell people, hey, listen, go talk to your grandma, go talk to your ancestors, and realize, go look at your genealogy, see where you're from. You know what I mean? Find your tribe, find you in this place, because the thing is, we've been attacked, man. It's just attack. And I understand now, since I had a conversation with you, I understand now they're just polluted. You can actually hear the swamp water coming out of their mouth.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? You can hear the what do you call it? The negativity that's like just in that water that's just dark. You know what I mean? And I'm putting that relation to a Japanese scientist that talks to water, and basically had a experiment where he said, I love you to one, he ignored the other, and he said, I hate you to the other. Right? The one that he said I love you to was, like, it was had crystals in it. You know what I mean? The one he ignored was black, right? Dark and murky, right? The one he said he hated, there was shards. There was, like, it was all mashed up. The crystals were like all what do you call it? Disfigured. You know what I mean? So it's very important, our emotions, our thoughts, and our, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I understand where you're coming with the water, man, because, like I said, those who are attacking us basically are swamp water, man. They need to clean their water, and once they do clean their water, they can actually absorb the same knowledge as us and go as deep as us and see, hey, listen, I'm now adding this to the information that they have even been teaching. You see what I mean? Because I listen to Moors, I listen to Hebrews, I listen to Kemites, I listen to Aboriginals, everybody.
Probably saying more than likely saying just about the same thing.
Yeah.
But they're not listening, they're not paying attention.
Same.
So because it becomes the egotistical thing, because like you have 7 different spirits, right? And depending on which spirit is on you, right, or that you're dealing with, you could be in a Mars mood when Venus, somebody of a Venus like nature is dealing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Somebody who might be trying to just like bring nature into the whole equation and bring balance and equality to everything. Right? It's saying, look, this whole thing was one, but then it's saying, nah, man, we were just more. There was nothing else but more.
Yeah.
So you bring that Mars energy now because you want to combat it. You just want to stick a bar in everything and say everybody was just Morse, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or everybody was just Hebrews, or everybody was just Semites, or everybody was whatever, right?
And not realizing it's different aspects of time.
It's not real because like there is grade between things. You understand?
Same.
That's why there's different forms and different kinds. You know what I mean?
Same.
That exist. because everything is made by something else. Everything is under different control, right? It's not just it's one thing, but it's one thing working as many things at the same time, just like you are.
Yeah.
You're one thing, but you're not just. You got fingers, you got toes, you got eyes, you got nose, you got lips, you got heart, you got brain, you got liver.
Yep.
You got all these different systems online.
All different, all acting for the same one whole.
But you're still one. You're still one thing. So this is what God. That's why we say God is the all, right?
Mm-hmm.
God is the all, and you can't go around it. You just because man is not. Man has been so polluted, right? So polluted.
Same.
You know, he's in the graveyard right now. He's dead.
Well,
look
at what we eat. Look at what we eat, bro. It's called like necrovore. That's a word for us. Necrovore. We eat dead flesh.
Yes. When you look at Negro, the word Negro, right? Negro.
Mm-hmm.
The G in language is interchangeable with the C and the K. So you switch on the G with the C and you get necro. That's why I say that Negro means dead.
Oh, so that's why they want to call us Negro.
Yes, because it's not about your dark skin. It's not about you being black. It's about you being dead. That's what nature's telling you, that you're dead. And that's why Negroes and Africans don't see themselves as Negroes. Right?
Yeah.
Because they're not dead.
Mm.
We were made dead. We fit the whole description of pyramid. You know what I mean? Assaulted by three ruffians and knocked in the head and killed and buried in a shallow grave in the North Country. Right? In the West.
Same.
That's us. We're dead. We're dead people. We speak a dead language. We don't, everything about us is just dead.
Same.
Right?
So how
we're going to be resurrected, and we're being resurrected now. Because the way they killed you, right? And your death is not a physical death. It's more of an allegorical death where you're asleep. Right? So that's what death is like. Death is like sleep. Knives are things that is that way that sleep is the custom of death.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So how did you get asleep? You got asleep because you became unconscious. How did you become unconscious? Somebody cut off your ear. What is your ear? Your ear is your spirit. What is the spirit? The spirit is God. So you got cut off from the Most High, right? And you died.
Mm-hmm.
You lost consciousness.
Same.
Black people are people of God. And when I'm saying God, I'm not talking religion. You can call it nature. We are people of nature.
Same.
We're people of the universe. Right?
Same.
So when you got cut off from that, you went to sleep. You fell asleep.
Same.
And you became dead like. And so now you need to be resurrected. How do you become resurrected? You have to be connected back to the spirit.
Back to nature.
You have to be connected back to nature.
Back to your breath.
And how do you become connected? You have to submit.
Same.
You can't come and say, I'm going to do whatever I want to do. Nature doesn't work like that. You can't just make up things and say, no, it don't work like that.
Same.
And when you become that plugged in, you become one that with the Creator. You're gonna understand. Nobody will have to explain it. You want to read any book. You understand? I'm not saying books are bad, but a lot of these books are filled with misinformation.
True.
And so when this kind of information now starts to come out, right? Which for me is purely through meditation.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And just including myself to the universe,
mm-hmm.
or away from the the world around myself, and just listening. Right? These things, my eyes become open and my understanding expands on as far as these things go.
Yeah.
And this is what more of us need to do. Because
True.
people, when they hear this stuff, the first thing they'll say is, which book did you read at it? And I'm like, what you? So I'm the book. There's no book. I'm the book. You understand?
True.
And so you're telling me that if it's not in a book that somebody wrote, and what is that book? That book is somebody just basically captured their own mind. They put it, between page.
That's true.
So a book any truth.
True.
The first book is man, the book of mind.
The book of
Right?
the book of you.
Yeah. And that's why when you say, when people are reading you as a book, they're reading your mind.
Mm.
You understand?
Sin.
And somebody's always reading you.
True.
Always you're being read.
That's true.
Constant.
That's true. Especially so it's best to look, it's best to, like I said, it's best to look inside, ask yourself the questions, and put it out with intention and see what happens, because you
will know the truth. Like I said, you shall know the truth.
Yeah.
That means you're going to know the truth.
Whether they like it or not.
And then the truth is going to make you free. How is it going to make you free? Because what's keeping you in bondage are lies. Lies that you believe.
Yep.
And people like to think that belief is not powerful, but that's all you can do. Even the knowledge that you have, every knowledge you gain through a system of belief. Because everything comes through your senses, filtered through your senses. You can't know anything. You can only believe it. So if you don't believe your eyes, then you can't tell me that you see something. Right?
True that. True that.
So whatever you see, then it's through the belief that you have in your eyes. So if you're reading words in a book, right, and you believe the words are true, it's not because you have knowledge. Now, no, you have belief.
True
because
that.
you believe that when you read that book, the words you saw was what you saw. And you have to believe your ears. So when you hear something, you don't say, you know what, I don't believe my ears. I don't care what I heard, because I don't believe my ears. But you believe your ears.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So when you hear something, when you think you hear something, you say, I heard it with my own ears, Mom. I see it with my own two eyes. Because you believe them so much. You believe in them. Everybody believes in their senses. And because you're filtering your reality through that, the belief in those senses, then you're filtering your whole reality through belief. You can never really know anything. You can only have a strong belief in something. Know that the experience of knowing is not through your senses. You have to shut off your senses. Right?
Yeah, it's in explanation. Basically, it's when I was doing some electrical work, and a piece of wire like poked me in the eye, and I had to wear an eye patch. And I wore that eye patch for 2 weeks until it felt better. When I took off that eye patch, one eye was way clearer than the other, right? So in taking away that sight, right, it allowed it to heal. And like you're saying, the submission kind of thing, right? It's like you put an earplug in one ear, you'll have hearing in that ear that's been taken away, right?
Yep.
Or been submitted. You see what I'm saying? When I fasted, I fasted for 1 week, and all I did was drink water, right? My taste buds, when I ate food, it was like delicious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's through. I understand where you're coming from when you mean like submission and stuff like that, because when it comes down to it, submitting to the elements, knowing the elements, knowing that you are the element.
It's like people are scared of that because they think that they're giving up something, but you don't have nothing.
Yeah.
You were given it. You didn't make yourself.
True.
And that's the thing that we have to come to. Like, if you're here and you came to intelligence, it was intelligence that brought you here. I don't want to use the terminology they use, because people think I'm talking about, I was not the intelligent is right, but that's just a phrase for me. But you were intelligently, like, put together. It wasn't some random thing. Come on. Thing is beautiful. Gave you your eye color, your hair, you have certain height, a skin tone. Built your started, basically one cell started dividing itself into many different cells, and then it formed a head, and that head called arms and legs and organs into reality. Grew a spine to give the whole system structure.
Yep.
And connect it to the host, to feed and to grow.
Mm-hmm.
Intelligence.
And gave you the opportunity to touch, see, smell,
Yeah.
see, hear.
That's amazing intelligence. Most people wouldn't know what to do if you just put them out in some, adverse environment.
Sin.
Right?
Well,
This
what?
thing came in
Well, you see,
and knew exactly what to do, how to survive. How would you survive in a world like that, in pitch black darkness? How do you know what to do? If you've never done it before. If you have no information, no intelligence, right? You know that you need to go lock onto the wall of the uterus. And you need to grow a little bit, and you need to eat, and you need to divide, and it's going to take a good while. But you have a system to get blood, to get nutrients, to get out of the way.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
The whole thing. It's intelligent.
Yep. The king, you're the king. You're the kings and queens of your castle, and you're right under your nose. You've never seen your face. You've always listening to yourself.
It's still happening. It didn't stop.
Nothing. It hasn't stopped.
It grows back. You cut your finger and it heals. Right? It didn't stop. You're still breathing. You store your voice, your ear that you used to say "I love you" with, and be kind with. The same gentle ear can become a hurricane or a tornado when you're ready. And you tell somebody that you hate them and you want to kill them and F you or whatever, when you're angry.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The same water that you're made of. It can run out of your eyes in time. Right? It can spill out of you, in pools of blood.
True that.
Yes. So this reality is real.
True that.
It's real and it's a living thing. So for you to get the most out of it, since you're not controlling so many aspects of yourself right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So much things are going on with you. Millions, trillions of things happening with you that you are not consciously controlling.
That's true. That's true. I know that. That is so true.
So once you are aware of it, you have to know your statement. Then what is the center? What is the control of all of this? And whatever that is, I want to submit to it because it knows enough to get me this far. Right?
Mm.
And you can go much further because it's, we're living short lives, right? We're dying of all kinds of things because nobody taught us how to act. Nobody taught us, what we need to do to fix certain problems with it, right? Some of it we're figuring out now. We're trying to do our best, but because we didn't have much practice or get the discipline, we might start sometimes and fall right back off.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So now we're in a place now where I'm telling you, submission to just nature and to the Most High, man, will save us from so much of our problems. And I'm telling you, the system has given us a lot of different resources, including our own mind, where we just meditate. It don't matter if you believe in a Bible or a Quran or a Torah or a Veda or none of these books, because you are the book.
Whether you like it or not.
You are the book. You understand? And your nature will tell you to submit and to stop doing the things that are doing destruction to yourself.
True.
You understand?
True thing.
Because this world that we live in, it functions off rules. And as selfish as we get sometimes, selfishness is not going to cut it. And so everything is in a phase now, or shifting into a phase now where if you're not here, if you're not consciously making an effort to help to fix what is wrong, because it's our rebellion, it's our disobedience, our unwillingness to submit, right, and become one with everything. So I'm saying submit, and some people are probably cringing and afraid of that because they hear submit when the Muslims say submit. But the Muslims are right. Jesus was right when he says, "Not my will, but thy will be done." They were all right.
Mm-hmm.
No matter if you
Even the same when you think about Buddha.
Yeah, Buddha was right. All of them were right. You
And
must submit.
when
You
you
understand? You must become one with everything because that's what you are. You are limiting yourself. You're keeping the highest vibration, the highest power that you are. You're keeping it down into this low place.
yeah,
You understand what I'm saying? And it needs before the world is for the world to get to where it needs to get to. You either gotta help or you gotta get out the way.
true that.
You understand?
And that's what we're doing,
And
man.
the thing with nature is that this is the thing with nature. This is the key that a lot of people gotta understand. It gives you everything. And all it requires from you know what all it requires from you?
What's that?
It's everything. That's all it requires from you. The same thing it gave you. It gave you everything and it requires everything. And whether you want to or not, it's gonna take everything from you. It's gonna take everything from you. All of your friends, all of your family, all of your money, all your stuff.
Yep. One day that's what we have. That's what we have in common.
So you might just gonna give it to it willingly.
It's what we all have in common.
Have it longer. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if it brought you this far, it can sustain you. But if you're like, nah, man, I ain't giving myself over to God, I ain't giving myself over to the universe or to the Most High or to whatever you want to call it, I'm going to keep on doing my thing. You only have a short time. You only have a short time. Because it's going to take you anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to take
and you can't take it with you.
And it's going to take back everything. So you might as well give it everything. Willingly. Submit. That is your purpose.
Same.
Understand?
Same.
And once you accept your purpose, then you begin to understand your purpose. People want to understand their purpose who don't know what it is first. You're not going to understand it until you know what it is. Your purpose is to submit. Now that you submit, now you get to understand. Because you begin to see why you're born where you're born, why the friends you have are the friends you have, why the things you go through are the things you go through. You begin to understand it now. Your life won't just be this miserable thing or this happy thing or this thing full of all these feelings. I'm saying people are crazy. They're lunatic. Their water, their moon is off, their mind is off. They're out of their moon. Right? They're out of their moon, they're out of their mind.
Start treating your water good, folks. Start treating your water good.
Start treating your water good. Start treating your earth good. Start treating your ear good. Start treating your energy good.
Start treating yourself good.
Balance is not just one thing, it's all things.
Once you start treating yourself good.
Once you come into that harmony with everything, then it won't be hard to come into harmony with everybody else. But it's going to start with you first. It has to start with you first. You can't go out here. I can't go out here running around trying to get everybody to understand what I'm saying until I understand it.
True, and we're always learning.
Yeah, and we're always learning. So, go into yourself. And we're not talking about food. We're talking about,
focus on your breathing, man. The simplest way,
going to the internal by, understand that's where everything is happening anyway. So you're hearing voices, you're seeing images, because your brain is translating what your senses or your sensors are picking up. Because that's what your senses are. Your sensors, just like the sensors in your car.
Yeah.
So the light hits your eyes and then it sends the signal to your brain, and then your brain translates that signal and say, oh, that's the man, that's the woman. The same thing with the bones in the ear. They vibrate and send a signal to your brain, and your brain, oh, that's a dog bark. It's all happening inside of your head, so that's where you need to go. You need to go within and figure out what you are, what your purpose is, and then seek understanding. Because you're not going to get the answers until you ask the right questions. And we're asking the wrong questions and seeking the wrong answers. Everybody's trying to find out who they are. This is a confusion. Find out what you are.
Instead of who, it's what.
But God is not a who. You know what I mean? God is the what.
Man. Me, I like to use the word creator. Because when you look at God,
Creator, God, whichever one you want to go with.
yeah, whichever one,
It doesn't change the meaning. It doesn't change anything.
yeah,
You understand?
Mother
It doesn't
Earth.
change anything. We
Hey,
have to become so. We have to stop becoming like we're walking on eggshells when we deal with this energy.
yeah,
Just deal with it. And whoever gets uncomfortable, let them be uncomfortable because they're demons.
yep,
They're polluted demons. They've been polluted mentally, in their water, right? Polluted in their spirit, right? And some of them have accepted the manipulation.
yep.
And so
You go around saying that they're the gatekeepers.
From a manipulated point of view, and they try to pollute you.
Yeah, true that.
And now instead of deal with truth, straight up as truth, unabated and unafraid, right? We have to try to classify everything and try to pacify everything and try to make people comfortable. But you know what? It's not about making people comfortable.
True thing.
That's not what it's about. You got to speak truth to power. Because the words are the words that we have. We don't have to run around them or try to hide from them. You know what I mean? We're giving them for a purpose and a reason. It's the understanding that we lack. Once we get understanding, no matter what language you're speaking, once you have the understanding, it won't make no difference.
Man, I can't wait to. Honestly, I really want you to decipher them codex, bro. I really want you
I'm gonna
to.
check that out though. What thing you said called
They call it the
Borgia
yeah, the Borgia Codex. That's one of it, right? And there's a whole bunch of other codexes, right? And that's the and there's the Banampak mural.
Okay.
Banampak.
You can send me those
Yeah.
links or send them to me. That'll be great.
Oh, I'll definitely send it to you. I'll definitely send it to you
Yeah,
because
that'll be great. I'd love to check that out because
like that's
right
from
now it's like every now and again I don't know how it works for you, but I find that I'm constantly being updated with new information.
oh yeah.
Right? And I know when I kind of know when it changes. It changes from time to time. Like it might go from astrology to mathematics, or even religion, or different elements. It might deal with one way is dealing with air, and next thing is dealing with water, right? Next is dealing it's dealing with the earth. So different things. And right now I'm going into like into the ancient world. I'm going back into the ancient world to connect the dots.
Yeah.
Back to everything.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. Like we've been separated from the past,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't know how to bridge the divide and make the connection because the history that they have, they don't understand.
No, they don't. They don't even. They have no clue. They have no
They
clue.
don't understand, and we don't understand. We don't understand what we are and what we used to be.
True.
Because we are on this low plane right now, and so people think certain things are impossible. We're already doing these possible. You understand?
True that.
We're already doing these possible. We just used to do things in a lot more, lot simpler way. So what the devil has done is he's given us all these different features of a very simple thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like broken it down to all these little small pieces and make you think that it's complicated, but it's not.
True.
It's not complicated. That's how you get lost because there's so much stuff now you can't be you have so much information that you don't know where to start. But information is one information.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to if you can see that's why you can read the zodiac by reading the stars, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you get the whole story immediately. But otherwise you gotta read a million different books down here.
Did you ever do like your natal chart and stuff like that?
No. I've never done that. I don't really know what that is, but I've heard people talk about it. I think it's like the day you're born and everything, but like I have a different idea about when people are born.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that maybe some of that stuff is still off. I'm not really too
because
to a lot of the astrologers that are on the scene.
Yeah.
Because I think they have the information wrong.
I think they do too. Reason being is that they're forgetting the 9 months.
Yeah, they have the information wrong. And the astrology it's not really an exact science like how it's presented.
Yeah.
But if you understand what you're looking at, you understand what's really happening, the story, because there's three different cycles, right? Three different loops, I want to say,
Mm-hmm.
inside of the zodiac. And I kind of told you about, I think I told you about all three of them. Two of them,
Yep.
the first one is dealing with the seasons,
Mm-hmm.
winter, fall, summer, and spring. The other one is dealing with the elements. And I believe the third loop, the final loop, is dealing with the woman and the child, right? That's the story.
Mm-hmm.
So, he started with Virgo, was being persecuted in the issues to get away,
Same.
right? And then those two fishes, then you go to Artemis. Artemis, who's to Sagittarius. Artemis is the protector of the child. So when you read in Revelation, the woman is pregnant with a child, and the dragon is waiting to devour the child, right?
Same.
And the child is taken up into heaven, and the woman has to flee into the wilderness for 3.5 years. This is the same story with Mary. Mary had to flee to Egypt. When that child was coming, Moses, same thing. His mother had to send him off in a basket, right? Separated them. And Adam and Eve, they go all the way to Eve. When she had her seed and the devil's seed is going to get ended, right? And his heel shall bruise, his head shall bruise his heel, and his heel shall bruise his head. But the woman and the child is a prevailing thing of the whole thing, because that's what's going on.
And that's why we keep telling, and that's why we keep you go and talk to your grandmother, go and talk to your mama, go and talk to your great grandma if she's around, because the thing about it, always been passed down to the mother and the child. And that's why they give.
Women play a role in everything.
Yeah.
But the woman has been one of the biggest causes for the imbalance in the world today is the fact that women have been kept out of the equation for so long by this man.
Yep, true that.
Right? He took his woman out, he took all women out. And then some of these religious systems that's kind of like I don't know what kind of energy that was. I'm really trying to figure that out. What kind of energy crept into all of the religions to make them lock the woman out? Right? Would be Venus, and that she's the only female personality among the black brothers, for the most part. Even though Aries, which is Mars, is also sometimes represented as a Venus, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows about Venus and Aphrodite, which is Friday, or we call her Free, or Mother Nature, because Venus, you put an E in front of it and it becomes evenness. Something is Eve. That's what Venus is. Venus is Eve. So, this crew referring Adam and Eve, she and them had to go into the wilderness. She and her child, right? They switched the story around trying to make you think that she came from him, but he came from her. That's why he was put under a sleep. He was put under a spell, and when he woke up from the spell, he was already that the woman was told the woman came from his rib. Men don't come from men's rib. Men come from women. Right? She made him. And then she saved him. Or she whatever, because like when they got, it's because of her why they got kicked out of heaven. Do you notice that? It's the woman. They saw the women are feared, right? They were light-skinned women. It was a woman. And the angels, 200 and plus of them, conspired and left heaven and came down. She's the one that takes the fruit and gives it to him and gets them kicked out the garden. But the garden, if you look at it in another, there's many ways you can look at it. The garden was a prison. So she literally liberated them.
Just like Nani.
Right? I mean, it's so many different stories that are told throughout all these different books.
And then
interpret them.
And that's why, like I keep saying, go talk to your grandma, man. She's got information that you need to freaking know. And she's holding on to that information till you ask the right questions.
All you have to do is just look at it, man. They tell her that they say that Eve he called her Eve because she was the mother of all the living. Right? And if she's the mother of all the living, who is the father of all the living? The father of all the living is God. That's why he called God the Father. Nobody else is called the Father inside of the book except for God. So that's why evil is God and Eve. There was Adam. Adam was just a name for man and woman. If you look in the book, it says male and female created he them and called their name Adam.
Just
and
like
Adam is just another way to say atom.
just like in when you look at the cell, or if you go closer and closer, see the cell, and then you go closer and closer, you'll see the atomic structure of. It doesn't matter if you're male or female, you're still gonna have the same atom information.
The word, the letter D, right? It's similar to the letter T and the letter TH.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we say that. If I say that, I can spell it DAT or them, DEM. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Adam, it just switch the D to a T.
Mm-hmm.
Adam, Atom. Right? And all the systems, they go to the ancient Egyptians, it's not that it's nature speaking. Before the Ennead was created, the first being that came out was Atum. A-T-U-M.
True.
Atum is just another word for autumn. We call the fall because that's when the year really starts. That's why Atum was the first thing.
Mm.
So the Jewish calendar, their calendar starts in the fall, in Atum, in Atum.
So them are just confused people. I confuse them. I confuse people.
To trick you, just to make you, it's spells. But I'm telling you, once you can see the stuff, you can see that nothing, the word, the law, God's word, or whatever you want to call it, it has not changed.
It hasn't changed.
They just put spells on it to confuse you.
Mm-hmm.
Man, once you can see through the spells, you can see the truth. It's right here.
Brethren, do me a favor. The movie, man. Make the movie. Show the real aspect of how, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trust me, brethren. I'm telling you.
All there, brother. All there. For all of us, it's all there. Jesus and Joseph were the same person. Characteristically, right?
Yeah.
Joseph had 12 brothers. Jesus had 12 disciples. Joseph was sold for 20 pieces of silver. Jesus was sold out for 30 pieces of silver.
Mm-hmm.
The brother who sold Joseph was Judah. The disciple who sold out Jesus was Judas.
No, same. They're just basically reiterating.
It's an archetype.
Same story.
The woman and the child, right?
And now they want to create that Agenda 21 where they want you to give up your child to a man pretending to be a woman.
Thing, brother, right? It doesn't mean that you have to grant it. Once your mind is unlocked, once your spirit is activated, and you're connected back to the Most High, right? And you.
True.
Right? This is what you were saying earlier when you say that we had to get a whole thing, but then where these little pieces now trying to build the whole again.
Yeah.
Yeah. They divide and conquer. We're splintered down here, and we're trapped in this low energy thing called a body. Right? Because this body can be polluted. People are here drinking liquid heroin. People are smoking meth and sniffing glue and eating food and all these different things. So God, the spirit inside of you, it can't express itself because the temple is not clean. And yet we respect all these places. We come into our houses and we wipe our feet and we make sure everything is good. Then we go to the church, say certain things or do certain things. When we go there, we don't dress a certain way, we don't carry certain things in there. But when you're dealing with the temple that God lives in, that all we disrespect that. We put anything inside of it.
True.
We don't care what it is. As long as it has some sugar or some salt, we don't care. We tell ourselves that we can pray for poison and it won't harm us. That this is foolishness.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Understand?
Yeah, man.
Your body is the temple of God, man. And we have to clean that up and come back into submission with these things so that we can take back control of this world because we are sick because we're not connected to the spirit. We're not connected to God anymore. We're unconscious. Here, we have no access to the real here.
True.
You know what I mean? Just like air conditioning right now, it's artificial. Everything with this world is artificial. We're not cut up into all these plastic pieces. Right? The food is not food anymore. The animals are not animals anymore. The people are not people anymore. Right? It's all glass and steel. We don't talk more. We go to dinner and everybody's on their cell phone. Now the phones are smarter than us. We don't, people that used to remember generations of information, from generations can get thousands and thousands of years information. You have a phone and you can't remember 3 or 5 numbers out of it. They're shutting down. They're shutting you down.
True thing.
And until you come back into oneness with the divine, this is how it's going to be. We can read all the books we want to read. We can study all the knowledge that we think and it won't mean nothing because you're dead. You're still asleep. Until you get back to fear, until you're breathing again, until the spirit, like I said, God breathes into man and man becomes, until you become a living soul again, you're dead.
True that. I've heard that a lot of I've heard that a lot of from a lot of people like Dr. Sebi and a whole bunch of other people. They, when they talk, they say the thing is that we eat food that is dead, and we need to start eating food that is alive. We need to start like live. You know what I mean? We have to start becoming in life, right? Alive again, right?
We have to come back online because the spirit right now is what we're missing. We have the water, we have the fire, we have the fire. We don't have the spirit, man, and that's why we're unconscious. You don't have no ear. Your ear has been cut off.
Well, this.
That's been cut off. People don't believe in this stuff.
What,
I don't believe in God. I don't believe in this. I don't believe in that. I believe God is a this and God is that. None of it don't make sense.
Yeah.
You're not praying.
Because
you're not meditating. You're not fasting. Right? It doesn't matter if you call yourself a Christian, a Muslim, or a Jew, or if you say you don't do none of those things. You're not doing righteousness. You're not clothing the naked. You're not feeding the hungry. Right? You're not in the world that you need. You're making it worse.
Mm-hmm.
You're not resisting the devil. The thing says resist the devil and you will flee from you. You're submitting to the devil, but you don't want to submit to God. So you're dead. The people are so afraid of this white man and they're so afraid of the evil that are here. They're submitting to it. They make up all kinds of excuses about, how, this country is better than that country because the prison's here and they wouldn't want to be in prison there or at least they could do it. But your kids are getting killed every day.
Yeah.
Right? You're building this life. You're working so hard to die, in your 30s and your 40s from cancer. Why?
Because they're submitting to the fear.
Submitting to the devil.
Submitting to the fear.
And you don't want to submit to God because, you think God is about religion. God ain't about no religion. They made that to confuse you, to separate you, to make you think there's a Muslim God, there's a Jewish God, there's a Christian God. There's only one God. The all. That's it. And it don't matter. You call it whatever you want to call it, but it's only one.
True that.
And it's always been from everlasting to everlasting and will always be. And the thing is that you come back into unison with that, which is what all the prophets are trying to teach us. They weren't trying to teach you no religion. They teach you that, look, you need to come back to the oneness with God, man. You can't escape it.
Yeah.
if you fruitful and a full existence, you have to come back into oneness with the cause of all the cause of all causes. And then the maker of all things made, the creator of all things created. And you create your own philosophy and say all the stuff you want to do. We truly don't understand this thing. It's like when you take our Father Fry, like I'm telling you, like it's literally a spell. Our Father, right? Our pattern. Father means to mean pattern, our pattern. And then there's a question, but they rush to it. They say, our Father who art in heaven. That's part of the question. Our Father. That's the question. Who? And then it gives you the answer. Art in heaven. Our pattern.
So the patterns. So basically, the pattern that is in the sky.
Yeah, the art in heaven.
The zodiacs, the stars,
everything
the planets,
in heaven. Everything.
The solar system.
Everything around you is heaven if you really think about it, right?
Yeah,
everything
the air, the water, the tree, the birds.
All of these different forms, right? They're patterns. Patterns of different birds, patterns of different cats, patterns of different dogs, patterns of different men. And the pattern is the Father. You understand? That's what it is. The paper is the Father, eternal.
And the mother is the earth. And how we can, what do you call it? Get together and be one with the whole environment, nature. Nah, man, they love cutting us off every single time you start getting into it.
I know this has been like one of the longest talks we've ever done, but
yo, man, hey, you know how me and you stay anyway. We freaking go on and on and on, like for real, because you know what I mean. But
indeed, and this so definitely next time we talk, man. We probably gonna do. I probably set up make sure I get my thing sorted out so that way we can talk video conference.
Yeah, man. Because the thing about it is, right now we're just talking. I hope everybody out there can hear, but I'm getting pretty good response and stuff like that, and appreciate it because something like the thing is we need these talks, man. We're much. We're more than what we seem, you know what I mean? And the thing is that we can be on certain topics for a while, but when it comes down to it, when it comes to the side of it, nobody wants to say nothing. You know what I mean? You hear it from Bobby Hemmett and stuff like that, but that's about it. Everybody else just want to stay shallow, aspect. And when it really comes down to it, we're deep. We're deep people.
You gotta go. That's where the kingdom of heaven is within you.
Yep.
So that's where you got. You know what I mean? I can't teach you anything. All I can do is remind you. You already know all of this stuff.
That's true.
And that's true. Why learning is remember. Because how do you remember something? You remember something by repeating it over and over again, and that's why you learn. By learning is remembering, and teaching is simply reminding. I'm just reminding you of something, reminding. You see, mind.
Getting again.
Yeah, back to your mind again. Remind. All right, connect you back to your mind, back to the water.
Yeah.
Right, so that's where all the information is. The water comes. The water it moves in waves. Signals in waves. Our waves, right? Energy. So the water, the fluid.
True that.
You want to get your dam to be free. You want to unblock your dam. The dam that's what freedom.
Clean your water.
Let the water flow.
Clean your water. Clean your water.
Get some distilled water. Get some reverse osmosis water. Some structured water, right?
Yeah.
Stay away from the bottled water. That they're selling at the gas station. I place them outside in the sun. I mean, this thing don't make no sense. They say you not to leave water in your car, in a hot car, but you go to the largest gas station and you see them have the water outside.
Out in the sun.
The beaming sun.
The CFCs are getting into the.
Buying these things and not knowing this is cancer you buy.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
And I asked them, why do you do this? But the people there are so ignorant, they don't realize because they must think that when you in your car versus when it's outside.
The plastic, the
And that's
plastic.
why I don't trust probably what because you don't know what they do coming from the warehouse. By the time I'm on a yard outside in on flat on these big wood flats, right?
Yep,
For weeks of the day in the sun
yep.
before they get on a truck to get shipped all over the place.
That's true.
So food place. Get you some gallon glass bottled water, glass bottle container jar, or buy some of the BPA free plastic bottles.
Yep,
Right? They sell them five gallon, 4 gallon, whatever size you can afford. And go there and buy 50 gallons cheaper than you buy the bottled water anyway.
that's true.
You can
I
buy 30, 40 gallons of water for only like $10.
I got me a nice big glass, big what do you call it, bottle. I got it from a beer bottle, right? A Grouch, um, beer bottle, right? And I basically just washed that out, and now it's my water bottle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Keep it in the glass
It's
because the
39
thing is,
cents a gallon, man. You
and
can buy, I buy, when I go for water, I buy an average about 36 gallons of water every time.
mm,
Every time I go for water, right?
yeah,
And it only cost me less than probably $12 or 10 or whatever. It's
yeah,
not that much,
yeah.
but it's the cleanest water you could drink.
So more that's the most important. When if you're really sick, if you have certain like disease and stuff like that, and so they say, oh, you have this and you have that. When it really comes down to it, all you really need to do is increase your water level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It flushes you out. That's the only thing that can flush you out. You can't drink juice. You can't drink this. You can't drink that. You have to drink flush out
Yeah.
your lymph nodes, and
But
it'll
it, it,
flush
it,
out the
that's why
mucus.
that's why your body wants is the water. It doesn't want all that stuff. When you drink alcohol, when you drink fruit juices and all these things, all that the body's gonna do is gonna filter that out for the water.
Yeah,
And therefore your kidneys to hell just to get water that you can just give to your system to.
true, true, true
Right?
that.
But we pollute, we are manipulated because we're mass polluting ourselves.
Yep.
We're polluting our own body and our own mind in the process. Because everything that you put inside of your body, it goes into
Yep. And your blood is
and
the
your blood
water.
is water. And
True that.
so the blood is your mind. Right? And because all things come from the mind, all things come from the water, ultimately your life comes from the water.
True that. And they
You
always
say
say,
that's why
yeah,
we
yeah,
found out as tadpoles swimming in the water.
that's true.
The water is a realm that we're always in. Even now, on the dry land, the whole atmosphere is water. There's more water in the atmosphere than all the oceans that's on the earth.
Yep. Even in the dry air, you
So
have
you're
moisture.
walking through water. You're living in a water environment,
Yep.
right? But the water is so thinly misted that you can't even feel it. You think you're dry.
Mm-hmm.
You can't, you move through it effortlessly. It's water,
True that.
and you are mostly water,
Mm-hmm.
controlled by the moon,
Well, bro,
which is why you're called man.
I'm gonna tell you to hold on to that because we'll go a next 3 hours. but but I wanna
And
hey,
I wanted to about this new album that I just put out on the Book of Mind on SoundCloud. Hopefully you can put the link up for it or something.
yeah,
SoundCloud is soundcloud.com/mind music. Mind is spelled with the number 9 in place of the letter I. So the M, the numeral 9, and the music, music. So, mind music. And you can check out my albums. I did 4 albums this year. One in the spring called Higher Level, One Mission. And the fourth album was called Depth. And this final album, 2018, the winter album is called The Book of Mind. And I hope everybody can check it out and make sure you also sub channel, which is tehut9 TV. You can put that up too, brother. It's TEHUT, the number T, the number 9 and the TV, tehut9 TV.
okay,
And you can check out some of my music.
definitely.
Mhm.
Yeah, man. I want to thank you so much for basically gracing our presence, and getting us, on the right track and letting us know that we need to clean our water. It's not even just like the liquid. It's actually our mind. You know what I mean? And I really appreciate all the conversations we've had in the past, in the present, and the future. You know, thank you so much for coming by, man. And everybody, I want everybody to check out what do you call it? tehut9. I want you to check out his YouTube channel. I want to check out what do you call it? I'm gonna try and see if I could get the link up in this chat. I really not very too tech savvy. This is the like second time that I've ever done a live a live, you know. But I wanted to make sure that it's always in depths. You know what I mean? The depths of the abyss, because in the darkness we are the light. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I want to thank you again, and everybody, thank you for coming and respect. And we out. See
All
you
right.
next
Peace and
time.
love, everyone.
Peace and love.
Listen.